Welcome to another week
of Offended Unfriended, people. Welcome back.
Yes.
You've been following. It's been a wonderful week. Anyone have anything crazy going on this week? How about you, Grinch Fingers? Anything?
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
He told you about this?
It was in the text.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I read my texts.
Bro.
Grinch Fingers.
I've still been trying to figure that out. Like,
Yeah, I didn't say what I meant.
Did you call him a doo-doo head? Because that's like the next. I feel like that's like a one-upper.
No.
That's like the boys in the back. Oh, shit. Like,
you're word, right? He's like, whoa!
Yeah, like I said, doo-doo head.
That's a Pee Wee Herman when I heard that doo-doo head. I'm like, I know you are. I was like, oh.
Yeah, right. I know you are. What am I?
Still, point is not that. The point is...
You know what? Melissa and I had a pretty lengthy conversation this weekend, and...
She took away your Facebook.
No. It was that incident.
Go on.
It was that situation.
Oh man.
That really shined a lot of light on what she was saying to me, and I have to agree with her now. You know, because like I asked her, I was like, why don't you ever jump in on any of these hot topic debates, like you're a political science major
on Facebook, where they're all political science majors, right?
Not even just on Facebook. Not even just on Facebook, but like I'm saying, live in reality, in at home, in social settings and stuff. Like she kind of just like keeps it closed most of the time.
Sometimes it's boring.
Well, not even boring. She just said outright. She's like, honestly, I don't care anymore. She's like, I don't care. I don't care to argue with uneducated people on topics that they're not educated about. It's just, she's like, I'm over it. Yeah. And at first I took it as like a, well, if you weren't, you could actually educate some people.
That's kind of high.
And she gave me the face of,
no,
you can't. And
she's kind of right there, though, too, man. People don't care.
What JP was talking about, Grinch Fingers, it opened up, like, it shined a lot of light.
Is that like a keyboard tough guy?
I called him a Blue Lives Matter Grinch Fingers. No one cares about what your Blue Lives
Matter. Right, exactly. You gave the look, like...
Okay.
Have you never heard me talk?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Blue Lives Matter. Like, yeah, I don't think anyone should be running around killing police officers, but if that makes me a Blue Lives Matter supporter, then fine. I guess call me what you may. But I'm actually rather critical about the police.
Just so you know,
and the things that they do.
You're not a Facebook fighter. I am. So what happens is, I'm gonna tell you what people do. So you write something, and then people jump in, and then people comment. So what people do is, you see a comment you don't like. Now you have to hit the person's name. First, you gotta look at them because it's the first level of insults.
See, and you
have to see what they look like, first level insults. Then you have to see the last 3 things they posted. That's the second. So
the guy knows me though. Like we know each other, sort of.
So I'm trying to figure out.
And you know what the thing is? He didn't even reply to me. He blanketly replied and just wrote my name, so I wouldn't get a response. I just happened to click on it later on in the day because one of the guys that was really who I was defending, a friend of mine, I was taking his side on this, and old boy fucking left me under the bus, to rot. So I was like, you know what, Fangul. You know what I mean? Like I'm not jumping in on any of this. But my point is that okay, you're looking like you want to know. So
yeah, I got the whole topic. I'm kind of curious.
The whole topic was it was an argument going on about a silly meme that was put up by a girl that was,
women and memes. Go ahead.
Right. It was like talking about male privilege and how men need to, accept or see their male privilege because they can walk freely.
I've seen that post.
But I didn't walk freely at 12 in the morning.
Yeah, like 12 at night without, which I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. If anyone's walking alone at midnight anywhere, no matter your gender, you're not exactly comfortable. You know what I mean? Like,
I used to walk to Manhattan. I used to walk
I'm 36 years old, dog. I'm still afraid of the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting for the day that some Freddy Krueger ass pops out, and I'm like, I knew this shit was real. I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Like,
that's a tough one.
Whatever. Like, I was backing up my boy and just reading through the threads of a back and forth he was having with this fucking bridge troll that we know from a bar, right? And I just, after reading it, I go, oh, you know, so Mike, what you want is criminals to stop acting like criminals, and then women will be safe, because that was my statement, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's
because again,
I get it.
It was like a the point that it was trying to prove is that men are toxic. And all I was trying to say is it's a blanketed statement there. Not all men are toxic. What you're afraid of are criminals.
Yes.
Right.
Because you like me, you like, we're not, if we see a young girl walking down the street alone at night, we're not going up and harming her.
No.
We're not going to try and rob her or rape her or assault her or, if anything, we'd be like, evening, ma'am. You know what I mean? Like, how are you?
I say to
Probably
myself.
wouldn't even make eye contact.
Yes,
you know?
that's
Just
correct.
Keep it moving. You know what I mean? So I don't like that narrative.
You gotta be careful when saying ma'am. No,
You're right. Sorry. Right. That's what I mean. Like, you probably wouldn't even make eye contact, because it's like, that's the society we live in now. Just keep it to yourself, you know? But my whole point was, I didn't even get to that point, because I was just like, so what you want is criminals to stop being criminals.
To which he replied, Jesse, without tagging me, so I couldn't see his response. I had to go look for it.
Nobody wants to hear your Blue Lives Matter Grinch finger opinion on violence towards women. Go look up the definition of nuance, because it's clear you have none. Which I replied, you're adorable. Because at that moment, like, what are you really going to do? This guy is sitting in his echo chamber. No one on this thread was willing to have a real conversation. They just wanted to sit with their buddies and argue their points from the side of their victim mentality. You know, there was no conversation. So what I'm saying is, I agree now, and I understand what Melissa was saying over the weekend as to why she doesn't even engage, because there is no educating anyone. Everyone is a keyboard tough guy when they're sitting home alone in mom's basement.
Of course.
You know, clicking how capitalism is the ruining society. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. You can't have a real conversation. This is why I look forward to this.
Well, I had
conversations.
I had one too. Like, you know that kid? I think it was in Patch.com or whatever the hell that freaking blogging thing is.
My
the
man,
kid,
that
the 17-year-old who went to class.
He cut class to go to class?
Basically. But he followed all the other rules and stuff, and everyone on this one was like calling him a douchebag. Look at his name. You could look at him. And then I went up and I was like, it's kind of ironic that people are judging someone by the way they look, but when they don't like when other people judge people by the way they look.
Yeah. It was perfect. Like,
and then my response was,
again.
Then the response was, apparently I was being obtuse.
Yeah.
Which, awesome. I'm obtuse, I guess.
Lovely.
Because I was like, you guys are making fun of a 17-year-old right now.
Right?
And I even put it out.
That was a cute.
Thank you, Gene.
But I said, you know, the reality is it's a bunch of grown-ass people making fun of a 17-year-old.
17-year-old kid.
But they thought he was trying to be a political martyr. I go, enough with the martyr crap. Shut up. Because if it was the other way around, if he got suspended for not wanting to go to class because he felt it was uncomfortable, you'd all be on his side.
But I
and then he'd be, 100%. And then all of a sudden he's not a martyr anymore. He's an activist.
That's how political.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Everything is so polarizing now, and it's disgusting. Like, where did this righteousness come? Where COVID-19 brought out the extreme righteousness of people are just sitting at home behind their screens, watching and formulating opinions and sitting inside of their echo chambers of all their friends.
Oh, I got a good one. I wasn't involved in this one. I just watched this one. Someone was talking about how if you are voting for Trump or support Trump in any way, please be kind and unfriend me and whatever. And then so I was like, I gotta see the responses to this one. So I went in and there was sore shit. Someone who's a Trump supporter was like, unfortunately, I'm a Trump supporter because of blah, 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 for whatever reasons, because of her life. I don't fucking know or care. So I will be unfriending you like you asked. And then her response was, this makes my heart hurt. This is very sad. I'm like, what is going on right now? Just shut the fuck up. Like, first of all, you're really going to not be friends with this person because they have a clear view in a non-racist way of supporting Trump for whatever fucking dumb reason she had. I don't care. But now you're going to unfriend him and never want to talk to that person again.
Well, maybe just on Facebook.
No, probably not.
I'm just saying, just think about that.
Well, you know how it is. Would you have been called Grinch fingers to your face? I know.
Oh, hell no.
I wouldn't have called you Grinch fingers.
You know what would have happened if that motherfucker
it's not that bad.
He would have felt all 5 of your Grinch fingers.
He would have been quiet and listened. Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I think that...
You've been quiet.
He's been quiet right now.
No, you know why?
Is he soaking it in? Is this?
No, I'm taking it all in, but it's weird because the other day...
Say it. What is it?
No,
Is it?
I'm just saying the other day I woke up and I actually thought this. I was saying to myself, I'm like, it's really over. We're at the point where we just can't have conversations no more. Like, people can't do it. Like, people are at the point...
We can have conversations.
I was going to say, this show breaks it.
We
breaks
can, but what's happened is...
We can't...
People are at the point where this is what I believe... If you challenge it, that means load up, get ready. Get ready for a war.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm just like, how did it get so bad? And like you said, COVID. Some people will tell you the Trump.
I think it's a combination of both.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's just my opinion.
I remember clearly, and I always bring it up when Obama was going against John McCain, and I'm like, it wasn't like this. Like, this is craziness. Like, and you know what it is? Every single day. And then, no, it was bad, but not like
it
this.
It started to get like this.
But
not.
Where you had your crazy anti-Obama people.
Yes, I agree. And you had your crazy,
that
hell no McCains. I get it. But,
yeah, but you really didn't have that. At least I don't remember. Like, this rise of the radical left.
Yeah, but
over there that was angry and destructive and you know what I mean? Like an equal to the
here's what I think happened.
Alt-right. You know what I mean?
I think the radical left was shell-shocked that conservatives embrace Trump. So it's like a seesaw. They're like, it's like tit for tat. It's like, what? So then they decided at that point, they threw it all out. Because you got to remember, things that happened after Trump got elected. I have a question
for you guys, too.
Remember, there was a bunch of women, was like 1 million, marched to the White House. And I remember when I saw it on the news, I'm like...
With the WAP hats.
No, they did not.
Right?
No, WAP wasn't out there yet, you bum.
I'm saying.
Oh.
It was the titty hats. The titty hat march,
something like,
right?
yeah.
The pussy hats.
It was pussy hats. That's why I said the WAP hats. So I didn't have to drop the P word.
No.
So just say the P word hats.
No, that's fucking,
that's
Ben Shapiro-like,
Well, that's the whole point.
You're right. He's got bars.
I don't know about that guy either. But, yeah, I've been watching a lot more of his videos, that guy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, we'll get into that later, too. But I'm like, what is this going to do? And I think that's why all this craziness is happening. Because I think people are realizing none of that's going to work. All this protesting, da-da-da. So now people have actually become extremists. And that's what you're seeing on both sides. But I think what makes it worse is, and this is why you always hear me talk about social media, because there's a lack of responsibility on social media. Like, sometimes I go on social media just to go, please check the date on that article you just posted. That's all I want to write. I don't want to fight you.
I've said that before.
I don't want to fight you. Right. I don't do nothing. The clear shit says 2014. Like,
right.
You're trying to start a riot right now on social media. Right this second for an article from 2014. And here come, boom, the comments come flying in. Like, cause I'm like, but that's, because you know what? People have, and I'm not sure who I want to blame for this yet, but people have given up being educated for being write about how they feel. And this is back to the participation trophy era. This is, and you know what's so funny about the participation trophy on a side note? Everyone blames the young generation for the participation trophy when it was the parents.
Of course.
That really needed it. So when you look at social
media. It was my generation.
Yeah, it is. It's ours.
Our generation.
It's our
that was like, my
our generation was like, wait a minute, my kid can't run? Doesn't he get anything for showing up? I'll take an attendance award.
We weren't raised like that.
No. We raised it.
We did it.
What are you talking about? Our kids aren't not running the streets yet. You know what I mean? Like,
most people have kids in their 20s.
Yeah,
they're not like us.
We know a lot of people with kids in their 20s. We know 20s? People. We know kids at least 15,
25. We're talking like 15 years ago. People were having kids. Also, don't forget, your generation
those
has
kids 15.
years.
That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about
15 years ago.
We're talking about younger kids.
We're talking about the parents of those 15-year-olds.
I'm saying the parents of the college-age kids and the kids who are
they're
a couple years removed from college.
Yeah,
the ones that are actually out there soaking up unemployment because of their shit degrees that they were told that they needed. Those parents.
Liberal arts, baby. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean? That's a good...
What do you mean I can't get a 6-figure job?
If it were me, yeah.
But I'm saying that generation, like, when was that? You know, like
right about where?
No, right.
Me,
the 70s.
He's talking about 50-year-olds.
He's
talking about 50-year-olds.
Okay.
He's talking about 50-years because 50-year-olds had.
I agree with that.
Those 30-years or 20, whatever.
You know who it was? It was those goddamn hippies.
You know what? You might be right. I want to pose a question though, real fast. If there was if the Republican president right now was not Trump, but had similar views on the way he thinks, but didn't say things the same way, didn't go about just being very confrontational the same way, do you think it would be as bad?
Yes. No. Actually, no. I would say no.
Really?
I would say this is okay.
I feel like majority of it is because of
what are you saying? Like, what is as bad? The media?
Everything. Media, the world.
The way that the president is represented in the media?
Everything. I'm talking everything.
If Donald Trump...
the way people will just disagree automatically because if it was Trump.
President Ted Cruz or President Jeb Bush.
No.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I think that the media...
It wouldn't be as bad.
I think it would be.
No, it wouldn't be bad.
I do. Just simply because... Look at who controls most media.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'm not talking about just media, though.
I know what you mean.
CNN will always hate the Republican Party.
Not true. CNN used to have clout. The minute they got rid of Crossfire, everything fucking went to shit.
Because Crossfire was kind of dumb.
No, it wasn't. Crossfire was one of the last real, political shows we had where it had opposing
Watch the show. Remember, I sent you a link. The show
and they
Rising
would actually debate things.
The show Rising. I showed you that show is a Democrat and a Republican. And
cool.
They are not bipartisan. They're not like some crazy bipartisan show where it's like they're yelling at each other. No, they'll call each other's side out and their own side out on the regular.
Okay, I'll check that out.
On the norm.
I'm gonna tell you this.
They're very straightforward. These are the facts. This is what's happening, and it doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican thing. It doesn't matter. They'll just say what the facts are. They'll talk about it, and they'll give their opinion a little bit. That was a bad move, but they won't be like, Republicans did it. I have to be okay with that.
Right.
I'm going to tell you this.
I like that.
If Donald Trump wasn't president, I don't think it would be this divided, and I'm going to tell you why.
I agree. I think so too.
I'm going to tell you why. Because even when Donald Trump ran in the primaries, there was division within the party.
Yeah, sure.
And I never saw that much on the Democratic side. Like, obviously, they picked on each other. You saw the one girl that went after Kamala Harris. You saw Kamala Harris go after Joe Biden, yada, yada. But what was happening with, like, the whole lying Ted and just the
Trump gives
the name calling.
And
And keep in mind, a lot of those guys, Ted Cruz, Mitch McConnell.
They started stooping.
And even my man, R.I.P., what's his name? We always talk about him.
Rand Paul?
Not Rand Paul.
Said R.I.P.
Not R.I.P. He didn't die. His career died.
Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan. Yeah.
That's why I thought,
They were against Trump until they realized he was going to win. And they all did a can't beat him, join him. So what happened is he was already polarizing the moment he stepped foot in it. And I'll tell you what it is. And it connects to what he was saying and back to what Melissa said too. What it is politicians view themselves as professionals. It's just like we bartend. When you hear someone, like a manager, tell you, oh, anyone can make a drink, or if I was back there, you're like, stop it. You've never bartended a day in your life. You'd blow the whole place up in half. And this is exactly what they thought about Donald Trump. They're like, this guy doesn't know what politics is. He has no idea what it is. And he's like, it's not that simple. I'm going to fix this, the trade, the this, and that. And then I think that sentiment grew. But it grew a lot more on the opposite sides. And what I've always given Republicans credit for is that when push comes to shove, they do fall in line quickly. But the problem is they created, and that's why I'm not even a big fan of the way we even do the primaries anymore, because they create divisions within their own party. Yeah. And then they think, okay, we crowned the winner, so forget everything I just told you about this guy for the last 2 months. Now I support him. And I'm like, no, you just call that guy scum of the earth. Like, you can't come back from that. Yeah. Like, no, we can't come back.
I'll be honest.
Rand Paul even said some crazy stuff about Donald Trump too. Call him an orange something, and it's like, but okay, guys, that's just the process,
I agree with you there.
Think that.
I tell you what,
they were
one
stooping
thing
to
that
his level too.
Yes.
One thing that I enjoy about,
and that's why we're divided.
One thing I enjoy about the Libertarian Party and the way that they do their convention and how they nominate who they're, or internally how they nominate who's going to be their nominee for president is awesome. Like, the Republicans and the Democrats, they run on a ticket, right? You know, like it was Trump, Pence, and Libertarians don't do that. You vote for who you want as the presidential nominee and who you want, like the people want as the vice president nominee. And I don't know. I just think that I think the way that they work their convention is a little bit more. I think it's better. But I think it's better. It doesn't allow. It's.
But that's not politics. That's the point. That's not politics. I'll give you an example.
No, but why? What do you mean? Like, I'm going
to tell you what I mean.
And I think that's a big part of the problem too. Is that how we, as a generation, view it's just politics. That's just politics.
I agree with that.
No, like what we're talking about when people say, like when you just said, "Oh, that's just politics." No,
it's not.
That's
politics.
just corruption.
No,
you know what I mean. Like
no.
Most of those, that's just politics is just flat out cronyism and corruption.
No, politics is basically all right. I have an agenda, and it's my job to sway you to the agenda, and even the appointment of my vice president helps in that agenda. Classic example: Donald Trump
needed the conservative,
and that's why he got Mike Pence. The fact that till this day that religious people are like, Donald Trump's the guy.
When Biden picked who he picked.
Why did he pick? Because he wanted to.
Everyone's pandering. Everyone is a big old panda bear. You know what I mean? Like both parties should just change their.
Where are panda bears located?
China.
Hey, is it Japan?
No.
Yeah, who knows? Somewhere in Asia. All over Asia.
It was a good China.
All around Asia.
But you get my point, and I just think that
everyone panders.
And I'll also tell you this, and this is weird. After the Obama administration, I think there was a financial desperation felt in the middle of the country, especially by poor white people. And I think that their financial frustration was somehow judged through the lens of the intellectual politicians. It's like these guys are too smart to us. They're not telling us the truth. What they're saying and what they're doing is not the same.
And then Trump said, "Grab him by the pussy," and they were like, "Yeah."
And then Trump was like,
"Grab him by the P word."
And Trump was like, "I'll talk to you straight." And back in my days, I'd punch that guy in the face. And then people were like, "You know what? I don't like everything he says, but at least I understand what he's talking about."
Right.
And I think that, but
like how he speaks his mind.
But it's a gift and a curse.
Well, that's what
it's a gift and a curse, because what happened now is now that everyone's talking blah blah, now you have everyone who thinks their opinion matters or who isn't educated on a topic, like your wife says, now speaking out on stuff, because it's one thing to say I like him because he says what he says, but you still have to have the ability to say I do not have enough information or knowledge on this topic to speak out. However, people do exactly the opposite. They just keep talking.
They just keep talking.
They just keep. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
It's just crazy, and that's where we got here.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
no, I agree. You're 100% right on that.
All right. Well, so what's what else
Obama
you got
used
on
too
your-
many big words.
He's stupid.
Well, that was my point, and that's always been that was
Too
like one of
many
the arguments
big
back
words.
in 2015 and shit when Trump first said that he came down that escalator and said he was going to run.
The Simpsons.
Yeah, genius. But it's when have we ever had a president that talked like that? Never. It's always been. I put it to you this way: how many presidential speeches did you watch in your lifetime?
Maybe two.
Right, a
3 or 4.
handful, maybe.
No, that's still
But
the
most
number.
Most of the time, it's like
I don't watch
you
it.
don't understand
No, I
what they're
watch
saying.
Bill. I watch
They
Bush.
speak
I
so
watch Clinton.
eloquently. They use
Obama.
such big words, and they talk like politicians. And then all of a sudden, here's this brash fucking guy from Brooklyn, Queens.
Who cares?
Where Manhattan, wherever the fuck he grew up, somewhere in one of the boroughs.
I can't watch him talk.
Talking shit,
it's
you know
too
what I
much-
mean, and slinging shit like that. Of course, that turned people's heads 100%.
It's weird to me because, you know me, I love to do the restaurant stuff, analogies. So, like, you're asking me if I walk into a restaurant, do I want my boss to sound like one of the workers and just be like, yo, fuck this, and put 3 things over there and make sure you clean this up? Or do I want someone to be like, yo, listen, your beverage costs this and the supplies? Like,
Right.
I'm not, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
No, I want that. I want the guy who speaks professional to me and not like an asshole. Because what the problem is when you're comfortable to talk like another server, then you're gonna talk to me like I'm an asshole.
At some point.
Then I'm gonna be pissed.
Which is it's inevitable.
So here's
that
what
the
I'm
common
thinking.
talk will lead to
This is-
eventually talking to me like
This
an
is the
asshole,
way I look
which
at
has
it.
happened.
This is the way I look at it with
Sure.
the way a president should talk. He doesn't have to use big words or whatever, blah blah blah. But I'm not talking like the same people that are saying, "Oh, he speaks what's on his mind. He just says whatever he wants." Those same people wouldn't curse in front of their own grandmother.
I don't
Why
know
should-
about that. Things have changed very quickly in this
the
country.
point is, a lot of people don't curse in front of their grandparents or whatever. So what I'm saying is, Trump should talk in a way where it's like Nana's there, little old
I
lady
know,
right
but
there.
okay, this is why.
I think that's
Just
why
a
he
little-
has such a strong
clean it
base,
up.
though, is because he won't do that, and that's what people love
get
about him is that he and
But
no
that's what
matter
more
what,
people hate.
even though he is the establishment now. He
No, he's
still
not.
has that. He still has that anti-establishment tag to him.
Yes.
That his base rallies around.
Okay, but
I'm just saying. Like
I'm
that's,
bored. Fuck all of that.
I mean, here's the last thing I'll say about this.
Again, go ahead.
Please.
Finish, and then I want to wrap it up with one thing.
Great.
What always drives me crazy about him is that the only thing that drives me crazy about Donald Trump. Okay, there's only 2 things. There's 2 things. The first thing is I can never tell if this shit is done on purpose, or, like is he some mastermind that just figured out how to communicate to the average people, his team, not just him. Did they just figure out how to do all of this, or is it just like a random dumb stroke of luck? Like the idea that
Like abolishing suburbia?
yeah, like the
Like
idea
saying that? Like,
yeah, like the
who
idea-
told him to? Or did
Yeah.
he come up with that?
Yeah, like the idea that just so many people just connect with this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Someone's going to go, oh my God, they're abolishing what?
Right.
I'm like, I just
Can't vote for
No,
Biden?
'cause I sit there and I say to myself, I mean, I don't know what it's like, but I walk out of my trailer park. I live in middle whatever, and I somehow connect with a billionaire.
See, you know what though?
How?
Gene, that is such like what you just said there is.
It's rough. I made it extreme.
It's not even rough. No, it's just it's bullshit. It's really what it is.
I don't think so.
You think that Donald Trump's base is solely people
No, not at all.
walking out of trailers. But
Not
I'm just
at all.
saying, and I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying
No,
like, this is the same mistakes that
No.
the,
What I-
the
what I'm-
DNC made in 2016.
No. What I'm
is
saying-
they played Donald Trump's base and supporters to be these ignorant fucking redneck KKK members.
No.
When it's like, really, the guy's got fucking Wall Street.
No, that's not
You know
what I'm saying.
I mean? And,
I expect
no,
like,
but and the ignorant fucking trailer
I
parks.
expect Donald Trump to get. I expect Donald Trump to get every single white person who makes over six figures. I think it's by and large.
I see. He's getting.
I don't see how you make over six figures and you don't want to vote for Donald Trump. The end. That to me, that's a foregone conclusion. So to me,
Yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying. I can argue that, but
the battle of
you know.
voting to me is $80,000 and under. My question is, if you make under 80 grand, how do you truly believe that a billionaire connects with you? That's what.
See, this
so
is where,
I use
this
that
is where
as an extreme because I'll give you an example, and I've always told you this. Like, the more money you make, listen, if you talk to any black celebrity, they may talk the Democrat stuff, but financially they're Republicans. They're all looking for that.
Most people are.
Yeah, they're all looking for that
I
loophole.
smell a segue.
You know?
Yeah, you know,
Please.
But hold on, wait. Let me just round this out real quick
Go ahead.
because just to touch on what you just said there, I disagree with that. I think that just from looking at it now, it just seems like most of the Democrat base are employees. Most of the
Fair.
Republican base are employers.
And how much do they make?
You know, regardless, whatever they make.
No, it's not regardless.
No, I'm saying because you can have someone who's a small business owner that's making $60,000 a year running their own business. That's still a Republican. That still supports
I don't know about
the
that.
GOP because they are a small business.
But they are
You know
not
what I'm
good.
saying?
They are not getting the breaks of the people who make more money.
I mean, but they are because they're a corporation and they fall into the same.
They will get some
You know?
of the breaks. They will not achieve all of them. Like the real
Right,
money.
but-
Deals,
sure.
they're
I mean,
not-
again,
they're not in it.
semantics there. I'm just
Okay,
saying, like,
that's
just
fair.
to cut it, dry like that. But the point that I wanted to make, just to round it up, is who cares who the president is?
You couldn't have said that an hour ago.
I was trying to, but it was like, who cares?
Okay.
Really?
you.
I
I'm just saying,
don't want to do
I
this.
just want to
but
say, hey,
the
Gene,
reason
let me
people
just,
care.
Let me just ask you the question.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Is your life or anyone else's life any different? And I just mean on a personal day-to-day
No.
level.
The answer is no.
No.
However,
So who
and
fucking cares?
I'm gonna let him do the segue, but people have a delusion.
Joe Biden is Trump 2.0.
This guy,
Right? He gets in, nothing changes. Nothing changes.
I agree, but I'm telling you now,
Keeping the status quo.
people have a
that is the
people have a delusion that they want their president to match their personality. And that's what Donald Trump's about. And that's why there's such a strong case for him and a strong case against him. People want
I actually agree with that.
People want
I
people in
guess.
charge
I
to be
mean-
somewhat like them. That's
Yeah.
just how it is. That's how it is.
Someone in charge thought like you, you'd be happy. You wouldn't care.
That's
at that
how it
point.
is.
Like, oh,
That's
they think
why.
that.
Well, I mean, that's why we have parties. That's why, you know,
Bill Clinton. That's why.
align more with this.
That's
you
why
know?
Bill Clinton played the saxophone. That's why. That's why they do, because they have to connect. This is.
I agree. That's
this
why
is the hot
Biden-
sauce.
that's
This
why
is
Biden
Santa
chose
Black. You're not black.
Kamala.
Harris.
That's why Trump chose Pence,
because
you know,
they
yeah,
have
of
to
course,
connect.
I get you.
And
Everyone's a panda bear. I
yes,
get it.
they're all pandering.
Speaking of two panderers,
Go ahead.
Go
hit me
for
with
it.
it. What do you got? What are we jumping into here?
oh come on,
What?
come on, Cardi B
Oh shit! The segue of mother of all segues. here.
pandering to the panderist.
Sure.
the
The
pander
whole
bears.
Cardi B, Candice.
Yeah, Candace.
I'm going to say a couple things on this one.
Please.
Okay. I'm going to start out with this.
But full disclosure, Jesse said that in week 2 of this
What?
about how when we talked about Cardi B and WAP and whatever, and you're like, Cardi B was aligning herself. All her thoughts are Republican, and now you said this exact thing that Candace Owens said.
I know,
You
but
should have put a video
Oh,
out.
that's funny. You're right. We should have cut that clip and been like, Candace, I did it first.
Yeah, no one's gonna
No,
care. You white
listen.
with dreadlocks.
I'm going to say this, how I look at the whole situation. If you are in that business, which is like us, podcasts, public speaking, yada, 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 I don't believe Candace Owens is blindly picking beefs. I'm going to throw that out there.
All a game. my
Yes,
friends.
I think that Candace Owens has decided that for me to really get all the conservatives around me, I'm going to start knocking down some of their enemies that they're not aware of. And I'll show you how.
You don't think it's that a lot of her viewpoints, a lot of Republicans have, but a lot of them can't really make because they're white old men?
No, I think
you don't think they use her because she's a black woman?
I think it's a chess piece. I think they do. I think that too, but I think it's deeper than that.
I think that what you just said right there is exactly the left's
what she fights about.
Thoughts on Candace Owens, and has been said for.
But you don't think the left uses Cardi B for that exact thing currently?
I'm sure they all. Everyone uses everyone.
No,
that's
my point.
But,
no, there's a difference.
No, let me just say this, and maybe you'll understand. I'm sorry, because it just directly correlates to what he's saying. It's like, I don't know how else to say this, but like in the context, it's like what you're saying is fucking racist. You know what I mean? Like straight up.
No, it's
because
not.
It's like, and I don't know how else to say it. I'm just saying because like,
whoops, I didn't see it that way. But whoops.
No, I'm going to explain. Like just the way that I just took that is, it's like, so the only way that Candace Owens can have the ideas and
that she has is by being white.
Is by being controlled by white people. Like that's fucking crazy.
Okay. They're not controlling her.
You just said that
they're using her to be
because the stuffy old white man can't say the things that she says.
Yeah.
Like no, maybe she actually believes that because she lived it,
and she's being used because of that.
I'm gonna give you.
I just think that's crazy.
But she's being used because of her view. It's her views. They're not saying you're gonna think this.
And I hate this because I'm not trying to sit here and defend Candace Owens. I literally, what did I say to you guys? I was like, what's there to talk about? You guys watch the back and forth. Cardi B looked like a bumbling idiot. Candace Owens could have more eloquently shut her up by being like, yo, Cardi, don't fucking speak unless you know what you're talking about. End of conversation.
Okay.
But anyone who watched the video, there's literally nothing else to talk about.
Okay, hold on.
You know what I mean?
Okay, here's what's happening.
I'm just saying, I think it's crazy to think that someone like Candace Owens can't exist.
No,
you know what I mean?
Listen,
I didn't say that.
That's all I'm saying.
But no one's saying that.
I understand what you're saying. Cardi B is voluntarily used by the Democratic Party for her influence, not her intelligence and not for her point of view. She has millions of followers that in an election year, if we can get more minorities to the polls, similar to what was done
100%.
with Obama, it will help Joe Biden. However, let's keep this on point too, which is Cardi B she herself has decided that she wants to be more involved in the political process because it started out with her interview with Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie lost. No one cared about it, but she interviewed with Bernie. They talked about Medicare for all. They talked about this. Yeah, this all happened.
I understand. It's like, I just feel like there's such an apparent...
But hold on.
Go ahead.
Candace Owens is used for her opinion, not for her influence. There's a big difference.
Giving her the opinion.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying by who?
Opinions.
By Prager?
No, listen.
By the person that employs her?
I'm going to tell you.
A political commentator.
Exactly. She's a political commentator. And because her views are conservative and they line up, she will then be pushed forward by, I'll give you an example. The reason why it became a meme that she didn't get to speak at the Republican National Convention is because the feeling was that she's so embedded and she speaks so much for Republicans that how could she not be invited there? And the reason why everybody made fun of her is like, oh, look, after all the speaking you did for them, they were quick to throw you out the caravan.
Let me ask you this. Charlie Kirk, same Charles Kirk, right? Charlie Kirk, that's the other dude.
Charlie Kirk,
that's the one who actually propped up. That's the one who brought up Candace Owens.
Yeah.
He has the same point of views. I'm gonna just.
He's pretty extreme.
But I'm just saying, he's got the same point of views for the most part.
Yeah. It's very conservative. He could have went out and said it.
There's 9 other people that have the same point of view as, but they're not gonna say that to Cardi B. So who's the best person to say it to Cardi B?
What I'm saying is you're gonna think that I'm sure I didn't do this, but maybe I'll do it for next week just to see. But I would put money on the fact that there are plenty of other people out there that have said something about Cardi B trying to get into politics and speaking the way that she speaks to politicians.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that there's been plenty of reaction and commentary on that.
But I'm going to show you something. This is
Cardi B went at Candace Owens because of her conversation with Ben Shapiro.
Exactly, but and Ben Shapiro already went and had the conversation about. He did the whole WAP thing. He made his point. His point is like, why is she talking? Basically, that's what I interpreted.
Who said that?
No, when Ben Shapiro was making fun of the song, he's basically saying, this is the person who now has an opinion.
Right. I see. I didn't watch the Candace Owens Ben Shapiro interview.
No, but
so
what Candace Owens did, Candace Owens went on the Ben Shapiro and basically said that they speak to her because they think black people are stupid.
Right.
So
which has been her narrative for a minute.
I agree, but
I think she said the same thing to T.I., right? Like they had
they had a big
Candace
issue.
Owens and T.I. had like an epic debate apparently.
Well,
I remember seeing that.
Candace Owens doesn't like hip hop people. Is what you're basically saying.
No,
that's not true.
It's not even that. You know what it is?
She's beefing with all
Candace Owens. What I take from her that I agree with is that the destruction of the black family is a big deal. The fact that
that's right. That's one of her big points.
The fact that we don't have fathers at home, and if you look at the 60s and the 50s, there were more united black families than there are now, and a lot of that has to do with both welfare and programs that were put in place technically to help with FDR that actually hurt the family. Incentivized
not
broken
marrying.
Families.
Yeah. I've heard this.
And so I understand where she's coming from with that. I don't think she's way off.
I think she nails a lot of valid points.
She also has a big point about the Democratic Party has failed black people 100%. For a party that has had our support for so long, you cannot really point to what they have done that they own our loyalty. Where I lose her is where I lose everyone in the same situation. What is the challenge that we've given the Republican Party to then do the same? Because Ice Cube said...
What do you mean?
Okay, so my thing is, like, if the Democratic Party has failed black people, fine. I'm with you on that. So what is it that we are asking for? What is the challenge? What is the mantle that we are going to give the Republican Party? Because to be honest with you...
I can tell you that one because it's very clear. Everyone
I don't want to hear about black unemployment.
No, that's a fucking Trump thing. Yeah, you know, I mean, granted, the numbers are actually pretty fantastic.
Yeah, but
that's a Trump talking point.
Everyone's unemployment's up. That's what drives me crazy about that.
What the conservative side would be is what we're offering you is personal responsibility and personal independence.
That's nothing. You're not going to give me anything, basically. You're basically saying I can fix my own problems.
Right? No. Your problems will be fixed when you stop relying on the government to fix the problems.
Which means
you can fix the problems.
So you want black people as a collective to vote Republican with the hope that they will tell us to fix our own problems.
Just thinking now, because we're talking about Candace Owens. Is what Candace Owens says is no. Stop taking the incentive to not marry the father of your child. Get married, have kids. Once you get married and you own a home and have a family.
No, listen, Candace Owens.
And then your problems will go away.
Listen,
your problems
Candace
will get better.
Owens,
is basically what she's saying.
Which is amazing.
I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying.
She shares similar views as Malcolm X on certain random topics, which is I find very, I guess, enlightening. And at the end of the day, even on the Ben Shapiro thing, she basically says, I
gotta watch it. I haven't.
White people have to step out of the black situation and allow black people to fix it.
Fucking A.
No, I agree with that. However,
it's a prime thing. Like what was happening in the riots. Like what was that? God, it's escaping my name now. Well, it was that viral video. That cop, the Portland police officer, big jacked up black dude who was talking, and he was basically laughing, saying. He goes...
Oh, he was talking to like a girl?
He was talking to a committee. He was being like... It was almost like he was on trial, but he wasn't on trial. He was like just talking to, I guess, the city council or whatever. And it was a viral video. You guys definitely saw it if you knew what I'm saying. His name is escaping me. But basically he was saying is... He goes, it's when you have more white people in the crowd screaming in... our faces. Like the police force here has more black people on it, and there's more white people in the protesters screaming in our face about what we need, about what me as a black man needs. He goes, it's just laughable at this point. He goes, and then he's like, I was having a conversation.
It's just people versus cops. That's really all it is.
That's how I interpret that. Yeah, I agree.
That's all it is.
Right.
I don't see it
so
black
he
or
says,
white.
he's like, I was having a conversation with a black girl who was saying, like, why aren't you talking to me? And he goes, watch. He goes, we're going to start talking, and some white person's going to come up and cut us off. And then as he's saying this, someone comes up. A white dude comes up, cuts him off, and says, you don't need to talk to him. Don't make him feel, and she was like, oh my God, he said you were going to do that. And so, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't even mean to cut you off. It's just like that triggered that video for me where it's like.
But I'll be honest with you. I mean, this is gonna be.
That's what's happening.
This may be too explosive. This may be too explosive, but I'll tell you, like, white people are burning the cities down.
That's not explosive.
That's not explosive.
If you think black people are walking around burning shit and not getting shot, if we're arguing that we're getting shot for just staying in a car, the last thing we're gonna do is walk around with gasoline and burn. I just want you guys to know that.
I personally feel that as much as they're helping, I feel there are some white people that are hurting the movement and the cause.
1,000%. I think there's some helping.
And they're not realizing it.
And there's some. What it is that
stories like that
in the start of it all.
How are you going to be a white person and yell at a black cop about what black people need?
Well, I'll double that question too, because I think that's
just weird to me. I'm sorry.
I think if I was in charge of Blue Lives Matter, I would have black cops speak. That's how I would.
But they do.
No, they don't.
And they still get.
No, they don't.
Bro, look at the Portland. What was it? Was it Seattle?
I'm not saying that.
Bro, I'm just saying Portland. It was like a majority.
I'm not saying that video is not real, but what I'm trying to tell you is.
No, but in Portland,
I always wonder if I met. I'd love to talk to black cops because I want to know where do they stand on both Blue Lives and Black Lives.
Probably normal. They're probably like
you're both. Now what do you do?
I don't kill black people. They don't kill us. That's where I feel. That's like
that to me. That's logic. But the problem is it's a forcible, swayable topic because people.
It's
like I saw a video. I think somebody was eating and they like surrounded the person and they wanted her to put her fist up. And I'm just saying to myself. And apparently she does agree with everything, but she was eating and it's like they just surrounded like don't you agree? And I'm like if I was her, I would have flipped. I would have spazzed out too. Like,
sure.
I want to eat. Like I don't have time. For
every black cop that I've talked to is been on NYPD. That's just the majority of the cops that I know are either out here or it's not like we're on tour in fucking Kansas and I'm talking to cops chumming it up.
No,
it's like dude, you smell like weed. Like
arrested in Oklahoma.
Get out of here. So like most of the all the black officers that I've spoken to about that because that was a question I had off rip like years ago. When the whole Blue Lives Matter, thing started.
By the way, it should have been Cop Lives Matter.
Right.
Like,
why?
Because BLM, they were able to take the B, flip it blue.
I get it. It's still.
It was all about the color.
I never knew that because my whole thing is.
Really?
The
first thing I got from it, black, blue.
No, my whole thing is by making it color, you're making it okay. What drove me crazy about Blue Lives Matter is that
whoever are the marketers controlling this are geniuses.
Blue Lives Matter came right after Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
And to me, it drove me crazy because even when people say all lives matter, when people say Blue Lives Matter, no one ever says all lives matter, right?
Well, ironically,
that would
not all
sound
cops
stupid.
wear
but
or use
when
blue.
people say Black Lives Matter, they all say all lives matter. So I'm like, who thought this whole shit out? Because it should have just been Cop Lives Matter. Because I tell you right now, there's no one would disagree with Cop Lives Matter. But when you make it a color thing,
there'll be some people that would
I think it'd still get the
but
same.
I agree with what you're saying.
I think that.
But you know what?
By making it blue and black, you made it sound like
Gene,
blue is opposite of black.
Right, and that was the whole point.
They made it like it's a bad guy. Good.
It's whoever decided this, whoever's pulling these strings. It's not some beat cop that came up with that slogan. Oh, you know what? Blue lives matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, it's some. You know what I mean? It's some shadowy figure that fucking implemented or dropped that bomb. But so what I was saying was like every black officer that I've spoken to and said, so where do you lie on this one? You know what I mean? Like you're kind of stuck in the middle here, and they all say, again, this is NYPD officers. I don't believe that. Basically they say these specific cops are bad cops. They need to be rooted out. A majority of us The guys that I work with, no one would ever condone that, especially here, because the NYPD takes extreme measures on racial issues like that. And that was, I took it for, in my head, I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's your typical cop response. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But here's my $1 million question.
But it's like,
that's
what it's being
here's the $1 million question.
They're being split into teams is what I've been trying to get
But the $1 million question is, okay, the president says it's a few bad apples. Most people say it's a few bad apples.
I hate that term.
Me too.
I get so angry.
Police say it's a few bad apples. Blah, blah. Okay, let's say we all agree it's a few bad apples. Then what's so hard about locking up a few bad apples?
Agreed.
Because if it's that simple, then lock them up and then people would stop fighting. But instead, it's a few bad apples, but what they do is they protect them.
Yep.
They're always, listen, if a few bad people are really messing it up for, okay, back to the restaurant stuff. We have all gone we've all gone to our boss and pointed out someone who sucked.
Because they can blow up the restaurant.
And we've done it to the point at nauseum where managers who don't want to deal with it had no choice. Because we backed them into corners and it was like, yo, this person sucks. This person sucks so much that I won't work with them. As a matter of fact, don't schedule me on this fucking day that this person works. Yeah. So if we could figure that out,
I love it.
Why can't everyone else figure that out? Because I can tell you right now, I would take that same attitude to any job I have. And I'm the same way now that I was 10 years ago.
Restaurant industry,
bro, it's just the best because you keep it real.
Interesting industry.
You keep it real.
It really is.
Like to me, like they're like, there's these bad apples, and then I'm like, and then you get the, if there's 10 bad apples and there's 1,000 good apples, but 1,000 good apples don't say anything about the 10 bad apples, then you really have 1,010 bad apples. Like, it's like, why do we have to get to that point? Like,
well, I mean, it's what you've always said since I've known you.
What?
The street needs more snitches. We need more snitches.
I posted that today. Like, police who hate that the hood doesn't snitch won't do it in their own community.
Right, and then they don't do it.
And then they expect people to respect them because, like, that's why there's no faith.
You can't argue with that,
I'm telling you, it's out of control.
It's the hypocrisy, which is,
which is American now.
Yeah, apparently,
American hypocrisy is like it's permeating.
If it's good for me,
Jess would say, if
it's good for me, then I like it. But when it's not good for me, I hate it.
And that's everything.
It's selective liking.
That's politics all the way down.
Yeah, all right. Well, all right. Let's move on.
Go ahead.
Let's do some. Okay.
Candice Owen.
Can we get back to that?
Because Candice Owen.
I forgot about that bitch. What's
Candice Owen. Because she made one mistake and I was like, got her. She said something like, "I'm not clout chasing." I love that. By the way, I respect that she knows.
Bro, she dropped the mic on that one.
Like, no, but
what did she say?
She said, "You're in my realm."
Right. I'm not challenging you to a rap battle. You're in politics, and that is a valid.
But I'm going to tell you something. In every single scenario, whenever someone says it's not that, it is that. She's not clout chasing.
She's talking about the clout chasing part.
She's not clout chasing, but she's very intelligent on how much views she's going to get.
Let me just ask you this.
Has the same vitriol she creates as AOC. So the same type of people that don't like AOC politically don't like Cardi B. So when she goes after Cardi B, there are a bunch of people, like you said earlier, that would love to do it.
Bro, this is what's so wrong. I'm
not saying that Cardi B is not.
Cardi B is confused, and this is where Candace Owens was 100% right.
Okay.
Is Cardi, what she says she stands for, the laundry list that she asked for, they're all fucking Republican ideas. Like, what Cardi B is aligning herself with is the Republican Party. Off rip. I want lower taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just
I agree with you. I just think that the mistake.
She's confused, and that's where I think
she's confused. I think that she's trying to talk for herself.
She can't even. She couldn't even say politics.
Listen.
She didn't. She couldn't say it. She said it 3 times, and I don't even know what she said. I can't even say it wrong. It was.
Bro, listen.
Politics. Or not even that. It was. I can't even say it wrong. But what she meant, the word she was trying to say was politics.
I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm trying to tell you is Cardi B is trying to do the impossible, which is speak for herself and speak for others at the same time.
What she's doing is dangerous. She's fumbling. What she's doing is dangerous, okay? Because she is sitting there. She is also clout chasing. Because she wants to be she doesn't want to be looked at as an ignorant rapper.
Okay.
So she's trying to take those steps. But if you're going to take those steps into this realm,
don't put the song WAP out. How's that?
Not even that.
At the same time.
No, she can.
It's good
put
promo
that
for her.
song out.
It's good promo for her.
Put that song out.
But don't try
to be intelligent and educated in the subject that you're trying to insert yourself, especially as something as serious as politics. Because what you're doing is you're fucking with people's lives.
I know, but Joe Biden came out to interview her. Candace Owen is calling her
18 paragraphs of words and 4 words were able to be heard.
Okay, so Cardi B interviewed Joe Biden. Candace Owen is calling out Cardi B for being used by the Democratic Party the same way that we look at her as being used, like he said before, by the Republican Party. So to me, they're calling each other.
Can I just say this?
It's the same thing.
No, because I don't understand that. Because
so you only think Cardi B's being used?
Yes.
You don't think
the only reason I say if Candace Owens,
Candace is willfully used.
Can I just say this?
Wrong with that.
Can I just say this? If Candace Owens was a musician, if Candace Owens was an author, if she was an actress, then I would say yes, she's being used by the Republican Party. But she's not. She's in politics. Like that's
what does she do exactly in politics?
Well, she's a political commentator but she's.
You know what that is? That's someone who makes comments.
It's like a podcast that just talks about politics.
I'm just saying, you don't think that she's grooming a path to go into politics? That's what she's doing. Cardi B is not trying to groom a path to go into politics.
We thought Donald Trump wasn't.
You don't know that.
If she is,
you don't know that.
If she is, then old girl better open up a book because she is a bumbling idiot when she steps on that stage. I love her. I love Cardi B. I was upset to see this shit because I actually like her.
Hold on.
She's the only reason I watched that Netflix hip hop show. What was it called? Rhythm and Flow.
Yeah, but
because Cardi B was fire on that.
Yeah, but
you know
Jesse, we opened this up by saying that American people have already decided that we don't really care about intelligence and politics. That's how we started.
You're right, and
so then she doesn't have to do anything.
But what I'm saying is, you understand why that is so dangerous.
It's already happening. Who cares?
But it's dangerous. It's just a dangerous thing,
bro.
It's dangerous.
I was excited. I wanted all of our politicians to be educated. I want them all to have political science, but America doesn't want that.
What I'm saying is, I want to be able to sit here and go. I want to be able to sit here.
I'm over it.
I want to be able to sit here and say to you guys, bro, whatever. Let her do her thing. No one's going to listen to Cardi B about politics.
Exactly.
But they are.
But it's happened.
But they're going to.
But it's happened.
It's those same people that get their information from memes on Facebook.
Or Twitter from the president.
Twitter. Right.
See how it happens? Anyone can do it.
You should be fighting against something else.
Her? Nah, shit.
Gender reveal parties. That's what you should be fighting against. Segue to sink or swim.
Yeah, that meme was
I didn't see it. What meme?
I figured out this meme.
Are we attacking gender reveal parties?
No, I don't think the attack of gender reveal parties. I think the fact that a gender reveal party
is it going to be
no more gender reveal parties because the baby can't tell you what gender it is yet?
There was a forest fire.
That's hilarious.
But there was a forest fire because of a gender reveal.
No, not a forest fire. A state. California's on fire
because of a gender reveal.
Not a forest.
Why? What happened to the gender? Oh, that's why the wildfires popped off.
It literally lit California on fire.
How? Talk to me.
I think it was one of those smoke bombs that let off the probably sparks.
Because the governor's
fire.
Come on.
The governor's having twins. No.
Come on.
Yeah.
I think it was
See, I'm going to have to date back here and say Trump again was ahead of his time when he said, you guys should be going through, sweeping up your forest.
It's a smoke generating pyrotechnic device used at a gender reveal party.
And that caused a fire.
It caused California.
State. Was it a boy or a girl?
California. I don't know. I saw a meme that said it's dragon.
Yeah.
It's a dragon.
Oh, wow. That's actually hilarious.
It is, unfortunately.
The fact that California's on fire is not hilarious.
No, Dragon Ball Z.
But that's funny.
They should just.
It's a dragon.
They should just fucking put a sprinkler system throughout the whole state.
What's happened to California, man?
Bro, it's on fire
rolling
politically.
blackouts has been a thing for a long time over there.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's been going on for a long time.
I had no idea.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, their water source comes from somewhere else. Not even in the state.
You know my question? This is what bothers me again. I get frustrated again. And I know Jesse's answer, but I'm like, yo, we have professional people that are paid to be
run a sprinkler system from the ocean.
Preventative maintenance.
You got plenty of water.
Why can't we
What
figure
are we
out?
talking about?
How can't we be ahead of this stuff?
It's about the forest fires?
Yeah, in California. Why can't we?
You're saying exactly.
Don't tell me about picking up shit off this floor like Donald Trump. Don't want to.
But that's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying
you're
is
talking about preventative measures. Is put something in place. All the fucking tax dollars that you collect from your citizens
to make sure
you can hire a crew
to figure it out.
to sweep the fucking forest.
A sprinkler system.
I'm not talking about sweeping the forest. That's
I'm
not
just
the answer. But you get my point.
Clearly,
A sprinkler system.
You in the sprinkler system? What
Something.
sprinkler? What you buy?
Run it through the whole fucking state. What else you got to do?
What you buy? Stock and
There's
garden
nothing else to
hoses?
do.
What are you
I think that's a
talking
good
about?
idea. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just in case they do it. I'm
a little
investing.
upset that Elon Musk didn't think of this already.
He's leaving California. He's over it.
He's building a town.
Bro, in
An
Texas.
actual town in Texas.
Yeah, dude, he's over it.
I'm proposing a.
Fucking love it.
I'm proposing.
Rogan went to Texas. It's over.
We're
Two people.
We're gonna give up California and Florida to Mexico.
No, we're keeping Florida.
We'll take back Cancun.
All right, fine.
And
Take back.
it's ours now. We're just taking shit back. I'm doing
Back.
I'm doing
What do you mean
a
back?
two-country
If anything,
trade.
they're taking back
I'm doing a-
California.
It's not even week one, and
I'm
you're
doing
already
a fantasy
proposing
trade.
trades.
I want to give up California.
It's
and
not
Florida.
even week
As a
one
matter of
yet.
fact, yo, attention world.
Speaking
it's on,
of, what time is
attention
it?
World,
Kickoff yet? Not yet.
Attention world, it's on the
No,
board.
you got time. We got time.
It's on the board. California, Florida. What do you got? What do you got? I'm entertaining office. Taking what is hot.
Man.
Speaking of fantasy football,
Go
I
for
want
it.
let's
Panama.
move on. Speaking of fantasy football,
Panama, I'm down.
I'm a little pissed you guys didn't tell me to wear my jerseys. One,
I'm
not
I'm wearing an
multiples.
outdated jersey that's been in my
I
closet
would
for
have
years.
so was
Well,
he.
I'm gonna tell you
But
my
I would have
jersey.
worn
This
my
jersey is-
Strahan Super Bowl jersey.
No. First of all, this is R.I.P. to Terry Lynn, one of my
Terry
really
Lynn?
good
Terror
friends.
Lynn, as they used
Back
to
in the
call?
days. She bought me this. This is my favorite wide receiver ever to play. 3 favorite players is Deion Sanders, Steve McNair,
I love Deion.
and Sterling Sharp.
Sterling.
Sterling, not Shannon, but I love Shannon. Shannon! Yak!
Speaking of fantasy football, apparently Odell Beckham likes to be shat on.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
Oh, you didn't.
I didn't know this.
No Jumper podcast. They usually bring on these
Okay.
fucking hookers
What are
or
you
whatever you want
talking
to call
about?
them.
He
There's a
likes to be-
podcast called No Jumper Podcast, and they usually
They bring the skanks, and the skanks,
Yeah,
the skanks start snitching.
The women that fuck
That's not
sports
snitching.
players for fun.
It's not snitching. It's they just
And they said-
they spill the beans.
I shit on.
No, he likes it.
On Odell?
Like he told her that.
Did someone
he told her
say-
to, no, she the just shitter was told to go in the shower, take a shower, and then to shit on him. Like this is what he does. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say a couple things.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. You find that end zone.
Slim danger.
You
Slim
find that end
danger.
zone
I'ma
multiple
tell you
times
something.
this year, Odell.
A lot of people-
We're gonna
Danger
be
said-
all right.
A lot of people made fun of Elliot Spitzer and client number 9, and I'm gonna tell you, like, to me, if you're loaded, like, you're not allowed to get busted. Like, if you have money,
Word.
you're not allowed to get busted.
Yeah, whatever. Where's
Like,
that hush money?
Like, you need to pay.
Or maybe he's not embarrassed
pay
about it.
These broads.
Yo, what
Am I
if
allowed
this
to
is
say
a
broads?
setup?
Pay these
What if
broads.
this is a setup? This way no one tackles him.
Slim danger is.
Why? Because he's gonna
is-
shit on him?
Because he's got
Stop
shit
it.
on him.
Listen, at the end of the
Yeah, I
day,
ain't tackling your stinky ass.
Elliot Spitzer,
Shit
client
in your
number
chest.
9, pay for your shit, do it outside the country, do whatever you gotta do. I don't want to be hearing about these stories.
Slim Danger, apparently, she's the mother of one of Chief Keef's children. I don't know who that is.
Excellent. She's a career jump
You know
off.
Chief Keef?
I don't think I do.
You do.
You do.
I do.
You've heard plenty of
And
Chief.
she's also known
in
for
the band.
Tekashi 6ix9ine taking her out at a shopping spree.
So she's a professional. I ain't saying she a gold digger.
She slept
She a
with him.
professional jump off.
Yes. Yeah. So she's the one who's.
Right off buildings.
She went on this podcast and was like, yeah, Odell likes to get shit on.
I shits on him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, Odell, do your thing, bro.
Somewhere out there.
Do your thing.
Yo, what's that
just catch that rock.
Somewhere out there, Josh Norman is laughing. Josh Norman is dying right now.
Josh Norman paid this broad to go on there and say it. Can we say broad? Did we clear this
Josh
up?
Norman is like.
All right,
Wait a minute, is that why he's a Cleveland Brown?
Oh, the old stinky butthole.
I'm surprised I didn't see a meme about that yet either.
Yeah.
They're late.
Shit.
Someone's doing your ahead of the
someone
time.
get that?
Make that right now.
Someone
busy.
Someone took a giant shit on him and sent him to the
man,
Cleveland
that's
So
Browns.
funny.
Cap is back in the NFL.
in
Where?
Madden.
In Madden.
Oh, look at you know, I almost wore a jersey for
And
that.
they
but
ranked
I was
him
like,
number
I was
that's
gonna
not
say,
big enough.
finally, the Jets pulled the trigger.
Stop.
I would actually not be upset with that at
Bro,
this
he'd
point.
be a fantastic backup.
Okay.
He'd be one of the best backups in the NFL.
I think EA Sports, it's a great political statement because I'm sure people make him up anyway. I think.
Yeah, he's a free agent, so
I
you
doubt
can draft
that.
him to whatever team.
I think
Why would
so.
you make Kaepernick when you can make yourself be gigantic?
I agree,
You know what I mean?
But people,
Got it.
Some people probably do,
People
though.
have nothing better to do.
Yeah, you're
And I also think that the beef about it is that he's an 81. So he's ranked 81, which is ahead of like Cam Newton's a 78.
He's ranked number 15 from all QBs.
Yeah, and he's above a lot.
Which is
Starters.
crazy. He's never been.
Well, no, the year he went to the Super Bowl, he was
That's
awesome.
pandering,
That's not pandering.
bro.
Number
Even-
15?
Even the year that he pull up
unless
the stats.
they're going off of his
What was his QB rating the year that they went to the Super
last
Bowl?
he was insane that year.
What was his QB rating?
I don't fuck QB ratings. QBs hate QB ratings.
I don't care. I hate QBs. I hate
his
QB
last,
ratings.
Yo, listen, his last year.
Sorry, it shows how good or how shitty you are.
Listen, his last year
hate QBs.
with a shitty team, because you couldn't name a receiver on that
Here
squad.
come the excuses.
No, he had 16 touchdowns.
Why,
and 4
I don't
interceptions.
understand.
He
Why
had
can't
16 touchdowns and 4
anyone? Why
interceptions.
can't anyone just openly admit it? I love what he did. He
16?
started a movement. He was not a good quarterback.
That's not true.
He was not a
His
good quarterback.
last year,
he
wasn't
had
the worst.
one
His
good
last
season.
year, his very last year, the year of the needle, he had 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Would you say that's bad?
No.
Okay, and guess.
But you're only giving me two
ready?
things.
Are you ready for his starting receivers? Jeremy Curley and 3 guys I don't remember.
Okay. And 3 guys I don't remember.
There you go. You see what I'm saying?
And a tight
I'm
end
not
you don't
saying
know.
he's Aaron Rodgers.
I look
I'm
back.
just saying
Listen,
the fact
I'm a
that
football fan.
People
This
say
is
he
not
sucked is a
coming from a
lie.
political stance
I know,
here.
but people lied
Straight
about
up
that.
and down.
People
Cap
lied.
was not that good of a quarterback.
Yeah, but 15,
But he wasn't the worst.
He's not 15.
Okay.
He's
Neither
better-
was Trent Dilfer. Okay.
Exactly.
But he was the worst. He's the worst quarterback with a ring.
Listen,
Trent Dilfer.
Colin Kaepernick was. They put him 15. How many NFL teams are there? 32. So he's halfway there. That's all they're saying. They're saying, in their opinion, he's as good as half of the league.
Tell you what, I don't care enough to
True.
That's cool. I'm
That's
fine with
fair.
it. That's cool with me.
Sink it. Yes,
know?
you say. I'm
I'm
not
not saying
sink
that.
it.
I'm just
I
saying,
get it.
like,
It's not a big.
it's like, yeah, well, what are we
it's
going to do?
not
We're
the
going to
world's biggest
argue
deal.
EA Sports, this was the stupidest decision
It's
ever.
in the
No,
game.
Kaepernick was never the 15th ranked quarterback. Who cares? Who cares? Fucking make him number 1 for all I care. Guess what?
No,
I don't
that'd be
play that
crazy.
game.
No, leave. No.
You know why I don't play
Patrick
that game?
Mahomes. Why?
Because you got to control your lead blocker now, and that shit get way too confusing for me. And then you go online, you go and try and play, and
some
some
little
fucking
kid
like
fucks
little
you up.
kid just rocks you, and you're like, I played this game my whole life.
I know. I can't stand that. I
Like,
agree.
what do you mean?
Like when I call a blitz,
I
when
stopped playing a while ago,
When I
too.
call
Yeah.
blitz left and you run right, that's an automatic -4 until you until you juke me 3 times, spin, and somehow you have a touchdown.
Right.
And that is what bring back Tecmo Bowl, because when you pick the right play. When you picked the right play, it was over. You
Done.
ran and I blitzed, done.
Gotta pick Bo Jackson.
Just like if
it
I
was
blitzed
over.
and you passed, I was done.
Yep.
That's how it's supposed
Wasn't
to go.
Bo Jackson in that one? Is that
Yes.
the one with Bo
Bo
Jackson?
Jackson
And
is
you know
the
why he
truth.
finished, right? He destroyed that guy, Bosworth, or whatever that guy's name is.
Bosworth.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Bo Jackson.
Brian Bosworth.
Brian Bosworth. Yeah.
Ended that guy's career.
That's right.
See-
No more commercials.
That's funny.
Did you guys see that?
Can we just, before you switch topics on me here, just because we're on the NFL, let's just bold predictions here.
Oh, no, let's stick with that. That was one of my topics anyway. So, yeah,
Oh.
all right, NFL starting today.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. I agree. I'm down.
Not Tampa
Really?
Bay. Fuck you.
Oh, I'm
Fuck
going
Tampa.
with it. I'm going with it.
Tampa?
I'm going Tampa.
Hell no. Hell no.
Bro, their defense is very good defense.
No, they'll make the playoffs. But
And
that's it.
Tom Brady has never had this many weapons
See,
around.
the Patriots are going to win the playoffs. Actually, I take it back. The Patriots are going to win it.
It's going to be Patriot.
No, not gonna
Patriot.
happen.
Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
Can that be? Is that? Yeah,
course, they're
yeah.
different
That's
conferences.
different conferences. That
Yes,
would
sir.
be.
There'll be no
That
more-
would be.
How fucking
Honestly, if
great
that
would that
happened,
be?
we'd be like, all right, football
Of
set
course,
up.
that's the 2020 Super Bowl.
Football
of
is
all-
set up. That sucks.
Yeah.
NFL's
Tampa Bay's
rigged.
NFC, right?
Tom Brady wins another one.
Tampa Bay's NFC.
I believe so. Yeah.
So they're not even gonna get out the Saints way.
NFC South.
The Saints will take. This is a ride or die year for the Saints.
Bro.
This
Drew
it.
Brees is
Drew Brees goes
a
to
little long
sunset,
in the
wins the
tooth.
championship, or he loses to Pat Mahomes.
I agree, and I think that's going to be an awesome NFC championship game.
And
But at the end of the day-
Tom Brady does a bootleg for 90 yards, and we're like, he can run. He can run.
Tom Brady is going.
Man.
Bro, he's got Gronk back. Listen, you know what? Phil actually called me up.
How many elbows is Gronk going to
Phil
break this
called
year?
me today, and he gave me a really good one. He said he was listening to this whatever podcast he was listening to, and the guy said, anyone who wants to, you could take. This is what he said. You could take Tom Brady, half of Tom Brady's career, take the first 10 years,
And throw it
or
out.
take the last half of his career, and each half of his career could be argued that he's the greatest of all time. And then you put those careers together. You put both halves. It's not even an argument
I'm not
anymore.
debating.
He's
that he's
43
the greatest
years
of all time.
old.
It's not an
with
argument.
A new team, new pieces, new system, new
He's
coach.
gonna light it up.
Okay, and guess what?
You're gonna be happy
And guess what?
with your Chris Godwin.
Tom Brady. I'm not gonna knock him, but he spent his whole career in the AFC least, and
Yeah, bro.
Now he's
real.
gonna have to deal with. Who's in Tampa Bay's division?
Go ahead.
Is that not New Orleans?
Go ahead.
Is that not Matty
Carolina?
Ice?
Yeah, it is.
And
Atlanta.
and
And
Christian
Carolina.
McCaffrey running up all around. It's gonna be. It's not the Bills in Miami.
Oh, no.
This ain't the Bills,
I
Miami, and
agree with
Jets.
you.
This
I
ain't-
agree with
this
you.
ain't the
I'm not
Bills-
saying he's
this
got a
ain't-
cakewalk.
This ain't starting 6-0. This is a big difference.
But what if he does?
Then he deserves
Then
it.
what? I'm just
What
saying.
kind of a question is that?
What
I
if
can
he
say
does?
that about
Then he's
anything.
gonna
What
run
if he
into
gets
either.
hurt?
He's gonna run into either
Game
Lamar
one.
Jackson
I'm
or
just saying.
Patrick Mahomes.
If he starts off the
What if
his,
Slim Danger shits on his chest?
if
Then
he
what?
starts off his
then
division,
Giselle's gonna be throwing up some gats, dropping an album with Chief Keef, and it's gonna be hell.
if he
fire.
starts,
What if,
he
Jesse?
starts his division 3-0,
Okay,
just his division. I'm not saying the year.
fine.
Just the division 3-0. What does that say?
It says good for you, Tom Brady.
It says he
It says
is
here
the
comes
greatest.
the Ram. Jared Goff's gonna be like Tom Brady.
Oh, get
Tom
outta
Brady
here.
who? I never heard of this guy.
You guys, you both like the most bitter Jet fans I've
we're
ever
not.
met in my life.
I
I'm
actually,
a Jet fan.
He's not even
That
on the Patriots anymore.
Comes with the territory.
He's not even on the Patriots.
I seceded and said that Bill fucking Belichick is the greatest coach ever. I said it.
Who did I pick up as my backup quarterback this year?
Cam. I give him that Cam.
I actually overlooked him.
I'm a big Cam
I was
guy.
like, nah. And
I'm
then
a-
Jesse, you were like,
I'm a
took it,
Cam
I was
fan.
like, oh, of
I was
course
like,
he
You know
did.
why? Because
please.
Cam's gonna have one game where he does 5 TDs and everyone
And you know
knows
what it's
they
going to
had
be
him.
week one against
Yeah.
Miami.
And Jesse's going to start him the next week, and he's going to put up 2 interceptions.
No, I'm starting him this week against Miami, and I'm sitting Stafford.
No, you got.
Good.
He's gonna be
Smart
great
move.
against the Jets too.
You're gonna have
no
him all
Jamal.
year.
No
Who,
Jamal
Cam?
Adams. No Jamal Adams. He's gonna light up the Jets.
But I really want, bro. I went with the Stafford Galladay stack. I was like, this is going to be dangerous
I
this
like
year.
Matty.
Bro, before he got hurt, he was on track
Matty
I know.
Statsford.
for 5,000 yards.
Matty Statsford.
One of the seasons
'Cause
I won, I had
Matthew
him.
Stats.
Yeah, there you go.
Matthew
He was my
Stats
QB.
puts up stats. So
He's
I like
been on
him.
more championship teams in the last 5 years.
Who?
Stafford.
Oh, you mean fantasy?
Yeah.
Fantasy championship.
Yeah, fantasy
Yeah.
champ. What are
You
we
didn't
talking
say
about?
fantasy.
What are we talking about?
Football as well.
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead.
Semantics.
All right. So that's okay. So there we go. Those are our predictions.
You guys think the Chiefs? Both of you think repeat?
I think the Chiefs can repeat.
Pat Mahomes is a generational talent.
They got like 90% of their team back.
Andy Reid is a generational coach. He's the
90.
second best coach in the NFL. So
Who's the first?
Bill Belichick.
I agree with that.
So there you go.
Andy Reid has the stigma of losing 5 championship
Because he didn't have
rounds with
Pat
Philly.
Mahomes. Listen, when you're good, when you finally get a great player,
You think
it
Pat
tells you everything
Mahomes
about you.
is that good, though?
That good.
Yes.
That
Yeah?
good.
Yes.
He's throwing with his left hand. I don't know what he's going. This guy's going.
No look passes.
No,
Who
yeah,
the
does
kid's
that? Like,
amazing.
come on.
He is
Guy
amazing.
He's flashy.
He does what we always wanted to do: run backwards for 5 yards, run forward for 20, throw a bomb. He does everything that you're not supposed to do. Guys like that, I love.
Yeah.
He's Steph
Yeah.
Curry.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
Steph
yeah.
Curry type. Like, don't do that. No. Oh! That's him. That's him. I love it.
I thought
So-
Pat Mahomes was going to be like a Warren Moon.
No, Warren Moon.
He's not, though. No, he's not.
Oh, Warren Moon was great. He's considered one of the greats.
Pat Mahomes is more
but he
like
didn't win any championships.
He's Randall Cunningham.
Neither did Marino.
But better.
He's that's
more
why Marino's never in the argument of who's the greatest of all time.
Even though he probably was.
He never carried a team.
Never carried a team.
Carry the team.
Tom Brady did. I give him that.
Yeah, of course.
What do you know about
Deion Branch? Deion Branch, really? Like Deion Branch.
Speaking of football, the Braves scored 29
Deion Branch.
runs.
What?
I said, speaking of football, the Braves scored 29 runs against
that?
the Marlins. The Atlanta Braves in baseball. 29 runs. Like, why don't they have a mercy rule?
Why is baseball still a thing?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because it's not America's pastime. It's surpassed by football.
Because I don't like it.
Yeah,
and if I don't like it, then no one else can like it.
Easy there, Grinch fingers. Easy.
You know what's crazy about baseball? I hate watching it, but I didn't mind going to the games. Now I can't.
No, yeah,
Now
I'm just messing.
No, I
I grew up
really
going to
don't-
Shea.
I don't really like it.
I mean, I'm not a big
love going to
baseball
Yankee
fan
Stadium. I'm a
anymore.
Yankee fan, but if I can't go to the stadium, it changes everything. I can't watch that shit.
I agree.
I can't
I agree
watch
with
it.
that.
I might as well watch a documentary or some bullshit.
Okay, so then sink that shit.
Yeah, that's I can't do
I
it.
think it's pretty cool that happened. Every McDonald's employee hates everybody at the moment
Why?
Why?
because Travis Scott did a collab with McDonald's.
Yeah, I saw the commercial.
You go to this McDonald's and say Cactus Jack sent me, and then everyone's saying like it's lit after they order it and shit, and just McDonald's employees hate everyone.
Can I ask you guys?
Everyone.
You know what I'm going to ask
Good
you.
publicity. So
What am I going to ask you?
Who's Travis Scott?
Who's Travis Scott?
you don't know who Travis Scott is?
No.
Come on.
You're
Who's
lying. Dude,
Talk to me.
he's one of the biggest musicians out there.
One of the biggest
Like, what
artists
does he
out
sing?
there.
That's fair because I can't.
Country. It's considered. It's technically hip hop.
He's
I mean,
hip-hop.
He's hip hop.
Is he?
All right, let me look it up.
I
Travis
don't know
Scott.
him.
They're gonna
Just
say he's
throw me
hip-hop.
a song.
I'm gonna do it right now. Like, slow down.
Oh, he's one of the biggest guys ever. No one can tell me a song.
That doesn't mean I listen to it.
All right.
I can't play it on the podcast though, so you know.
Just hum me a song.
Hold on, he's sicko mode.
Nope. Where does that go?
I think that was with Drake. Highest in the room, butterfly effect, antidote,
I think Butterfly Effect was one of his-
stargazing. Pick up the phone, wake up,
No, I got nothing.
stop trying to be God.
Stop trying to be God.
I don't know. The Weeknd.
What?
I actually like The Weeknd.
The Weeknd's
The
awesome.
Weeknd's good. He's good.
He's like
I
one
know,
of the
I
best
don't know.
80s
I mean-
80s artists ever.
Fucking A right.
All of his songs.
I don't
80s.
know anything about Travis Scott. I saw the
just-
the
it's
thing going
hilarious.
around and something about
Sicko
Travis
Mode
Scott
fe-
shuts
Sicko
down
Mode featuring Drake.
McDonald's. It's like I don't know who that is.
Sicko mode featuring Drake is probably the one you probably should have known. You should have
All
known
right.
that.
Well, nonetheless,
I'll
I just
listen to
wanted
it on the way home.
I
I'll
just
let
wanted
you know.
to. I just wanted to point out that it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And if you go
What
on
am I
his
supposed to say
website,
when I go there? Cactus Jack sent me.
yeah,
And then what?
and then just say it's lit. After they say, okay, what else you want? And the McDonald's guy will probably gonna go, fuck you, I hate you.
Well, in that case, take that Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Boom.
So, shit.
It's
we
a
need a
quarter
Popeyes
pounder
over
with
here.
bacon and lettuce, large fries, a Sprite, and
Oh, it's an
barbecue
actual
dipping
thing.
sauce. Yeah.
A Cactus Jack burger.
No. It's just it's the way he gets his McDonald's order. So if you say Cactus Jack sent you, they
Oh.
give you that order exactly.
McDonald's wins.
And McDonald's hates you.
McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, McDonald's also collabed with merch. So if you go on Travis Scott's website, he's got like 50 items, like every doormats, shirts with McDonald's, and $300 pair of jeans with an M on the back. And all the white people are gonna.
That's lit.
A McDummy jeans? You wear McDummy jeans? Like when I'm not wearing.
Bro, but you buy them.
Nope.
Some kid.
Did the jeans come with fries?
Some kid from
Like I can't.
some
right
kid
now.
from
Like,
Shoreham
I can't.
or Belterre is gonna buy them for like $600 bucks.
I can't.
Oh, man.
Like if I buy those jeans, I should be able to get
Martin
free
Shkreli
food.
is gonna buy those.
Yeah. I can't. Nah. Next topic. Next topic.
next
All
topic.
right, this is
Sink
the.
that
Sink that shit.
Sink that
I think
shit.
this is what we're gonna end with on topic wise, because I think this is gonna go a minute, because this annoyed the shit out of me.
Nah, sink it.
The Oscars inclusion.
Oh.
Status. There it is.
He went there.
The standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let you guys
Yeah.
talk. I'll let you guys talk about it because it is difficult. Okay. It is weird when certain things like that happen because morally, like,
Now this is the.
I feel like I don't like, especially when it comes to art, I don't like the tampering of art. I like the freedom of expression and the ability to see what people can create and the collaboration of actors and producers and directors. However, I'd be hypocritical as a minority to be like, oh, I don't think they should put minimum, amount of people in certain things, because then I'd be lying about the chances that people really get. Like how many coaches are really black in the NFL? How many coaches that are black in the NBA? And so when it comes to movies, but to be fair, like I told you, I'm like, to be fair, Black Panther had 2 white people in it.
Right. I mean, that was what I was about to ask you. Like,
that's kind of
Boys
rough.
in the Hood.
Yeah.
How many white, people were
Probably
in there?
a teacher and a cop.
Not even the mailman. You know what I mean?
Teacher and a cop.
So it's I don't like when
it's mandated.
Well, no. I certainly don't like any sort of mandates. You know, but I don't like when there's an outrage around something that's, let's say, cultural, or geographical. You know what I'm saying?
No, he made a good example. He said, "What if there's
even timely?" You know what I mean? Like it's like
a Vikings movie.
If you're gonna make a Vikings movie.
But here's the question:
just say, like, you're not gonna cast.
Here's the question, though. Here's the one thing, though. Now, in the standard, it says standard A: on-screen representation, themes, and narratives. To achieve a standard A, the film must meet one of the following criteria. And then there's A1, A2, A3. Is it one of the things from one of the criteria?
Yes.
Or one of them from each one of the criteria? And that makes the difference. That's the big difference.
Let me see it.
Because then if that's the case,
Yeah, it was something like... I remember I glanced it, and...
The one that pissed people off the most, actually...
I'll be honest, I'm surprised they didn't do this earlier.
Was the main storyline mandates.
What's that?
No, I think you have to do one from A1, one from A2, one from A3.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, why would you, if you have to do one out of all that?
There's multiple choices.
Here's where I have an issue
In
then.
A1,
it's not
A2,
even
A3?
the lead, the significant supporting actors, whatever. That's fine. Whatever. I still have an issue with, if it's one from each one, then that's a different story, because then here's where it kills me. The main storyline, theme, or narrative of the movie has to be someone of an underrepresented group. So it has to be about a woman.
Right. Yeah.
It has to be about a racial or ethnic group. It has to be about LGBTQ.
This is to what? To win?
To even be able to get a Best Picture nomination.
Oh, right. So what you're saying is no more best
So you
picture.
have a World War III movie of a bunch of a real movie about real people, and there was no black people in that.
Or no oppressed group in that. I mean, because something like Dances with Wolves, that still will make the cut.
Yeah, because there were actual Indians.
Because there's indigenous people
Yes.
there, right?
Listen.
Now, if it's one of any of them, that's a different story, because then it has to be a staff member. That's fine, whatever.
Tom Cruise was the last samurai. Does that count? I don't know.
I mean,
if the movie has, but that's my point.
You want my opinion? It's Hollywood. Of course
You're surprised they didn't do it earlier. I get it.
I really am. I'm surprised that something like this wasn't mandated earlier.
Brad Pitt was in a movie called The Mexican.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to,
Robert Downey Jr. played a white guy playing blackface.
Exactly.
That was actually awesome.
Is that? Can they still show that movie? Tropic Thunder.
They try and cancel them all the time, and then people make fun of the people trying to cancel them, going, "Here we go again."
Because Iron Man,
another new Twitter user coming along. He's probably 14.
Because Iron Man will come to your house and just fucking blow the whole shit open anyway.
Robert Downey Jr. got the go ahead, and he got the pass, because also when they did it, and the whole point of that part is
to expose that.
Is to expose that exact thing. So the mockery of it is what it's supposed to be. So
I don't know. I think that I agree with Gene on what he said before. Is I don't like when outside politics influences or messes with someone else's
the real issue
creativity or art. If could you imagine them having to cast a black guy in Rocky IV? You know what I'm saying? Like they're in the middle
did.
of what?
He did. Apollo Creed, baby. Come on.
Oh, that's right. He dies in Rocky IV.
Son of a
My
bitch.
fault.
Yeah,
but you get my
Apollo
point.
5?
Like I don't know why I
Rocky
said
5?
that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're doing a movie that is based in the middle of Siberia, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And you can't get a
would-
Best Picture nomination.
it would be
apparently.
weird.
If that's how
it would be weird if it was the reverse.
I'll
though,
take a black
in my
James Bond.
in my opinion. And like if they were making
That's
a movie
different. I'm okay
about,
with
that.
if they were making a movie that was based in, you know, Nigeria, and it was an all-white cast.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that something's fucking wrong here. You know what I mean? It
I was gonna say,
geographically
Blood
doesn't
Diamond,
make
Leonardo
sense.
DiCaprio. Go ahead.
Well, he was one guy,
I
and
messed with
you know what I
I
mean.
messed with
But geographically,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense. You
I
know, so
agree.
like no one would. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, the fact that there have to be mandates in there. It just. I don't know. It just
first
shows
African-
how fucking soft
The first African
and weak
starring Tom Hanks.
weak-minded everyone
see
is.
it.
Where it's like, you know, I don't know, man.
It's
I don't know.
Like I said,
I don't like any mandates, and especially when it comes to art. That's like saying that, you know, I don't know, give me a fucking band.
No.
Okay.
Bon Jovi.
Right, that's like saying if Bon Jovi, you know, is going to release another album, he needs to have at least
One
you
hip
know,
hop collaboration. I'm in it, Jesse.
Two- no,
that's
not
it.
even
He's
that.
done it. One hip hop
know what I mean?
collaboration
Like-
per band. That's it. Let's push the
It
culture.
has to be a white guy with dreadlocks who does the collab.
Bon Jovi has to have two, you know, black artists on this album. Otherwise,
Right.
it can't be nominated as. You
What
know,
I think would have
best
been a better
album of the
move.
year.
A better move would have been
fucking
if
stupid.
if the Oscar committee would have been like, all right, well, we're gonna look at more movies that have underrepresented represented people and include
Right, it's
them.
like what they're doing is they're forcing writers.
and now people are gonna pander and do
they're
bullshit
forcing writers
movies that they don't want to do.
write movies to get a nomination, which means you're
It's
going to
tough.
have a flood of the next, you know, 10 years of
They do that now.
They do
the
that
same
now.
movie.
They do that now. But
I will say this.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Here's
They
the
do
sad,
that now.
Here's the sad part.
Very much so
I
they do
agree with you, and it's always the same thing with the mandates. It's this. You can suggest it, but if you suggest it, will they really do it? How do you get people to really buy into it, and then you force it, and then when you force people, you take away the willingness and the spirit.
But it's
I
art.
don't feel
It's
like
art.
anyone is
I know.
ever.
You
can't
I don't feel
force-
like any group is under represented in Hollywood though. Like, and again, I say that as I'm 36. I grew up, you know, idolizing fucking black people. You know what I mean? Like,
I think-
my favorite actors, my favorite musicians, my favorite athletes.
Idris Elba for Bond. Come on, baby.
You know what I mean? Like,
I say we just put.
it's just
remember
weird to
the
me. It's
Titans
weird
on
that they have to put
television?
in mandates like that.
You remember the times on. Remember the times on television every week till we get over this.
Deal.
That's it. That's it.
Just Martin reruns
Yes.
until we're and I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, that's it. I can't.
That's what we need again. We need
Archie
a new,
Bunker and
we
George
need a new
Jefferson.
Martin and Gina.
We need
That's what we need.
We need Archie Bunker and
Come on,
we
Gina.
need Archie Bunker and George Jefferson reboot. Who could play those? That'd be great.
They do it. It's a play.
No.
No. They do a live action version. Apparently, it's funny as shit. And they go in on it. I heard it on Rogan. He was telling somebody about it.
Because that's what we need. That
And
fix all
no,
this.
they do that. It's just like a live version of it.
That's cool.
Yeah. You know what I realized, guys? We didn't talk about what we wanted to do for Rushmore rankings this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What are we doing?
We didn't talk about.
Do we need to? That's the whole point of it. Let's go.
Oh, usually no. We don't talk about what we want. We just give an idea of what we're gonna do.
So he's saying throw an idea out there and let's make it happen.
Oh Jesus.
I got one.
Okay.
Wow.
What?
Greatest football coaches of all time.
Oh, come on.
It's on topic. Four greatest football coaches of
No,
all
then
time. That
I'd
shouldn't be hard.
rather do quarterback than coach.
But I could bang out coaches
Okay,
first.
we could do
both.
quarterback, too.
We'll do both. All right, so
Let's do quarterback. All right, ready? Get.
Okay.
Rushmore rankings.
Yeah, baby. Let's do Rushmore rankings. And I'm not editing out before that.
You're going to keep my
Yeah, of course. What the hell is this?
Scooch it, scooch it, scooch.
You guys are making.
All right, so yeah, Rushmore rankings.
Fuck.
Quarterback.
4 best quarterbacks of all time.
In honor of football.
In honor
Starting
of
today.
the season starting, the 2020
All right, I'm going
season.
to start Mark Sanchez. No, I'm just kidding.
The butt fumble.
Come on, baby.
He probably got shit on too. Dirty Sanchez. You gotta stay with the jokes.
And listen, I don't think we need to pander and go back to like Bart Starr. We weren't around then.
All right.
Okay, no pandering. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Nah,
Peyton Manning?
Stop
No.
it.
Nah.
Stop it.
On top 4.
You got the wrong Manning in there.
Stop it.
Oh, come on. They both have 2.
Stop it.
They both have 2.
Peyton has 1.
2.
Can't spell eliminated without Eli. So
Peyton Manning has 2. He won one with the Broncos.
What? When? Am I?
Yeah, remember
going
when
crazy?
the first fumble went
was
over his head?
Oh, yeah,
and they
that's
still
right.
No, that one they lost.
They lost it the next year. He
The
came
next
back,
year,
and he came back and was like,
And
"I'm
he won.
back."
They beat Carolina, I believe.
Yeah, because they lost.
Or
to
no,
Seattle.
that was.
That was only a few years ago.
Yeah, but, all right,
feels
but he
like
won
that.
2.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
With 2 different teams.
With 2 different
Plus
teams. You're
Omaha,
right.
even harder.
Plus Omaha
All right,
changed.
Peyton can be in there.
Omaha changed football forever.
Peyton can be in there.
Omaha.
I'm putting him over Eli any day of the
He
week.
didn't,
my friend.
he didn't get all those commercials because he sucked, Jesse.
Come on.
He got those commercials, not because of
What do
his
you think
personality.
Eli's doing right now?
He got offered a shit ton of money to do Monday Night Football, but
No
he's like,
way.
nah.
He turned
Eli
it down?
doing Monday Night
Yeah, it's
Football.
what does he need that for?
Eli doing Monday Night Football.
Not Eli.
I just missed him.
Peyton.
Oh,
because I
I
was about
said
to say-
Eli. What's
He
Eli
said, yeah.
doing?
Oh, I don't know. He's mumbling.
Because I was about to say
staring,
Joe Buck already pissed me off, and now you want to add.
Why do you hate my boy so bad?
staring aimlessly
I
at
feel
nothing.
like you
know.
guys would be Jet supporters. Jet fans should
'Cause they
love
beat the
Eli
Patriots.
Manning.
I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. He's pouting at his kids, and they're running the house.
Yes, I see it right
That's
now.
what's happening.
Eli Manning is a true New Yorker. All right.
Yes.
He got
I don't
us.
hate
He got
Manning.
us through shitty times.
I don't hate Eli.
He also put us through some shitty
Yeah,
times.
he's
but
an underappreciated winner.
But I'm
All
not
right,
putting him
so,
on Rushmore.
Yeah, regardless.
Peyton goes on Rushmore over.
Tom Brady, number 1.
No, there's no number
There's
one.
number
This guy
one.
always says that, but there's always
All right,
number one.
fine, but there's no number one. All
Who's
right, we'll
number
give a
one?
number one, but you don't top.
Tom
Fine.
Brady is Washington on the monument. Okay. He's
Deal.
the greatest of all time.
Deal. Well,
I kind of like John Elway, but I don't know if he's there.
Nah, boo.
But I like John Elway. Joe Montana.
Boo.
Joe Montana could be in there.
the
for
Montana
sure.
has to be because of the way he played in the
That's not Joe
playoffs.
Montana.
No, because the West Coast offense, he changed the
I
game.
remember that one.
Change the game.
West Coast offense.
Agreed.
changed the
Yeah,
game.
so you have to. Well, Chuck Noll, right? Chuck Noll was who was
No, you're talking about
who was that coach? Wasn't it Chuck Noll? No, not
his
Chuck
name's
Noll.
Chuck Noll's Pittsburgh. You're
Chuck
talking
Noll's
about
Pittsburgh.
not George Seifert. The father,
Favre. Come on.
No.
Oh, we were
Ooh.
talking about something else.
Brett
Yeah.
Favre won championship.
How
Gets
do you
in there?
not? I mean, bro.
Well, I'm just
You
saying.
can't
I'm
put-
just saying
I
I
can't
can
put
say Aaron
Favre on
Rodgers.
there,
Then
man.
I can say Aaron
Longevity.
Rodgers. I can
I
say
can't put. Yeah, I can't put Favre on.
Brett Favre with one championship.
You can't just because you. Sure. Eli
No?
Manning almost did that too, and your stupid coach benched him
Well, not my coach. Hashtag not my
with
coach.
his dumbass mustache.
Man. Oh,
Not my
man.
coach.
Hold on, I have to think so.
Yeah, why can't I just drew a blank on his name because I
Oh.
suck. Joe Montana's
The architect.
coach.
Coach?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, you were about to get in on us.
I thought you were
I see-
saying
I
like
can see his face right
successor.
now.
I was like Steve Young. What are you
No,
talking
he's the
about?
guy. He's the father of everything. Mike Hogan worked for him. They all worked for him.
Type in his name.
Not George Seifert. I kind of want to guess it. That's
I got
why.
nothing.
You ain't gonna
You guys
guess
are going
it.
back to when I was a kid.
So who you want? Who you got?
I already threw
I
out
like
mine.
this keyboard. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice.
Eli Manning,
Walsh, there it is.
Bill,
Peyton
Bill
Manning.
Walsh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Brady,
Okay.
and then whoever else you guys want.
No.
But I got both Mannings in there.
Really? All right, we're disagreeing.
Eli can sweep the top of everyone's head, make sure it's clean. But let's see who's there.
He's the caretaker of the
yeah.
heads.
He'll water the
That's
flowers.
as high as he's
Yeah.
going. He's dusting.
Damn.
It's tough, right?
I want to put Brett Favre, but one championship can't.
No, I can't put
just
Brett
can't do it,
Favre in
'cause
there.
they-
Yes, he's one of the greats, but he's not top 4. No fucking way.
Drew Brees
is
wins one
he.
more, I'd put him in. But you see, I'm equal fair with one.
Yeah.
One is
I mean,
one.
it's also, like we're
Aaron
doing
Rodgers is one.
modern quarterbacks here. If you really wanted to dive into the
Oh,
greatest
Terry
of all
Bradshaw?
time, right? Like
Is
you
that what
got
you're
your
saying?
Bradshaw,
Actually, you
you
should
got
put
your
Terry
Bucks
Bradshaw
Terry
in there
Bradshaw.
even now because the man won a bunch of rings.
Yeah, but we weren't alive. We weren't around for that. We weren't watching football then. Were you?
No, but and also the game changes, so it's hard to do the best of all time. But you have to just do it in their era. So, who was their
How many
era's
championships?
best?
How many
Fuck
championships?
them.
Kurt Warner. How many
Who
championships does
are
Kurt Warner
we?
have?
Right, that's what I was going to
How
say.
many championships does Kurt Warner have? Because I'll
Kurt
throw him up
Warner
there.
deserves to be in there.
Oh, man.
I like Kurt Warner.
3? I think
Kurt
he
Warner
has.
was really awesome at bagging groceries.
The greatest show on turf, bro. The greatest show on turf.
And then he got his ass kicked by guess who?
Wasn't Eli Manning?
No.
Tom Brady.
Your goat.
Brady.
The greatest show on turf only had one championship. Yes,
That's it?
he was amazing. But, come on.
Boy, dude, that was a great show, though.
Was it, though?
Marshall Faulk.
Because honestly,
Marshall Faulk makes my list right now.
The only reason-
If we made Mount Rushmore running backs, Marshall Faulk's on my list. So that's 2 people.
Oh, I got my other one. That we're not. That we haven't even brought up.
We might
at
have
all.
the running backs too. I'm
How do
excited.
you not throw Troy Aikman in there? Especially talking about winning. I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, but Emmitt Smith won his championships.
I mean, you can make the argument that Vinatieri won some of the.
I was going to say their offensive line did, but
Stop.
All right.
Troy.
I'm not. Yeah, no, Troy. I can't put him on the top.
All
of
right.
all
I
time.
mean, you're right though. Three
it's just
championships
going
mean
by
something.
your guys' guidelines. You were like,
No,
oh,
it's
you
not
can't
just
put Brett
about-
Favre because he only had one.
But he also
I
had,
was like, all right,
as
who
much as he had
multiples?
the most games and the most touchdowns, he also had the most interceptions.
Okay.
Yeah, but you
It's
keep
just he
throwing
threw
it,
the ball
they got-
100,000
And he
times.
also wore Wrangler jeans every day.
And they looked comfortable.
The
on
Cal
him.
Ripken of football.
I feel like they were a little stiff, but whatever.
I'd put Brett Favre before I put Troy Aikman. I'll tell you that one.
Yeah, I don't want to put either of them on there.
All
I'm
right.
just
So
saying.
then who?
Mahomes. No, I'm just kidding. Which another 3 years he'll probably be up there. In my
Relax
opinion.
yourself there.
I'm not relaxed. I mean, I am relaxed. You know what I mean?
Russell Wilson.
He only has one, right?
Yeah, he lost one because
that's right, he lost.
because
Yeah,
Pete
yeah.
Carroll decided that throwing was a good idea. All right, so we got Peyton Manning, we got Tom Brady,
No, we got Tom Brady. We got
Joe
Peyton
Montana.
Manning,
Joe Montana,
Joe Montana.
and I honestly,
Phil Simms.
no, no. I don't know who that fourth is. I mean, to me, it's Terry Bradshaw, just from knowing what he's done.
You're
But
old because you're
for
old.
being old, yeah.
Have you ever watched a Terry Bradshaw game live?
I did.
Live?
I'm older. No, not live. I wasn't live, but I watched it like a replay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Damn
Me
it.
neither.
Bro, okay,
So-
it's between.
He means live, so it's
between-
anyone after
it's between
1990
John Elway.
is what he's saying.
John Elway.
So then I'm going to
Brett
put Marino.
Favre.
I'd put Marino on there without a championship.
Nah.
Because he was great.
I raised you down. Marino. I give you Aaron Rodgers.
Actually, you know what? I would put Drew Brees over
yeah, that's
that.
what I said. Drew Brees. If I
I would throw Breeze
If it's
in
modern,
the mix
you know
regardless,
what?
just looking
Fine,
at...
Brees.
If we're doing modern, yeah, I'm doing Brees. Fuck
Even
that.
though you can't tell me Brees was better than Brett Favre. That's the problem.
I agree, too.
That's where it sucks. Brees
Yes,
is
I
not-
will say Brees was a
he's
better
not.
quarterback than
No,
Brett
no,
Favre.
stop it.
Brett Favre made the transition into the modern game.
Yes, and Brett Favre went to what he did in Minnesota. That Minnesota year is his greatness, and he got beat by Bountygate. Like literally, they tried to crack his spine. Like he got a chiropractor in the middle of the game. Like
Still
like,
putting-
like this is just insane.
Yeah, and who was on the other team with that bounty gate, baby?
Vilma?
Drew Brees.
Breeze.
I'm saying Drew Brees.
I guess the head-to-head
As a
gives-
quarterback?
gives Drew Brees back the nod.
I would take.
Right?
Who did Aaron Rodgers beat to get his championship?
I don't remember.
That matters. Who you beat matters.
Does it though?
Yeah, because if you beat nobody, you don't get credit for that. Listen, Chicago.
Most of these teams win because of their defense.
Peyton Manning, one of his championships was against Chicago.
I feel like if we're
And-
putting
and-
in Montana, we could throw in Bradshaw. I'm just saying, Montana isn't really like our generation. You know, what I mean, like he was. He's
No,
the
I watched Joe
80s.
Montana
No,
live.
no, I played Joe Montana football.
Football,
Fuck
1994,
you, bro.
best video game ever.
Kidding me?
Sports talk football,
That's
no
right.
less.
I played
Yeah.
1994, best video game ever.
Fake punt.
Madden 93.
Fake punt.
Madden
Greatest
93.
play in that game.
Madden
Touchdown
93,
every
the best
time.
game ever made. It had the 3 windows and you could torture the
No, I
receivers.
think Drew Brees over Terry Bradshaw.
No way.
We're being futuristic
I
here.
really
We're
love.
looking
Well,
forward.
we said we were gonna do everything past, the 80s. Everything 80s on.
So now we're going 80s.
It has
Because
to
if
be
that's the case, how do you not have Warren Moon in there?
because Warren Moon isn't as good as Drew Brees.
That's not true. He created the run and shoot. This whole offense that we're watching now
That's
Yeah.
him.
was Warren Moon.
Facts.
Ah, boy.
So we're taking out the Bart stars
All right.
and all the bullshit. All right, so we're doing 80s on. You know, he'd put in McNair.
That's my dude.
That is
you
your
just
dude.
You
just
know
liked
at
him.
McNair, you should just take a nap. That's what you tell the coach. Like, I just need a nap. That's it. That's a real Iron Man. He just took a nap. That's it. Shit was fucked up. He took a nap. Then he came back and played. Like, motherfucker need a nap.
Easy there, buddy. I'm like,
I've been telling my bosses that for years. Like, can I take a nap?
That's my bubble.
Yeah.
Mind of its own.
Yeah, option to take a nap.
Option to take a nap. I love it.
we can't agree. We can't agree on this fourth one. There's so many options.
Tom Brady.
Because I agree on the first three.
Tom Brady.
We said that already.
Peyton Manning.
We said that already. Joe Montana.
Okay.
I know Joe Montana's in.
Joe Montana.
I watched Joe Montana play on the 49ers.
Yes,
and on the Chiefs.
I'm just saying,
It's weird because I would take.
You can't deny him. Joe Montana is on the Rushmore without a doubt.
I
He
would
has to
take.
be.
I agree. And since we're doing Rushmore, I think that you do. You gotta throw Bradshaw up there then,
Yeah, Bradshaw.
because it's a Rushmore.
Because either that was John Elway.
We just said
Or John
80s
Elway.
Yeah.
on. I'm confused.
Oh, okay. We're doing Rushmore 80s on. All right.
I would
You
go-
said we'd have
Then
to
there
have
you go.
watched
Then
him
John
play
Elway
live.
goes in there regardless. He'd have to.
Yeah, I guess you're
He
right.
has to.
John
Winning
was-
2 in a row at the end of your career like
he
that.
Was, he was a beast.
That was
If
badass.
we want to do like a side Rushmore of players that we like the most,
You're
then
right.
you can't say.
Then Brett Favre goes in.
I just think
No,
he's
then
right
Drew
out.
Brees goes in.
Yeah,
like
too.
without a doubt.
Actually,
just Drew
you
Brees
wanna
isn't there yet.
You want to
Like,
do a
maybe-
Rushmore of just a one Super Bowl guy? So you got Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and who else? Well, give him his Eli. Boom, he has 2. It takes 2 to get into the
Hey.
1. There you go.
All right, no, I like
That's
that.
the
I think
side
I like that. Elway on there. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana,
Yep.
John Elway.
Solving crimes at the last second.
Solving crimes
At the very
and
last
throwing,
second.
and throwing the foosball.
Nice.
I think next we're gonna do the next Rushmore is gonna be best procedural cop show. Because they're all the same.
White collar.
TJ Hooker. That's my day back in the day.
I loved white collar. I got hooked on that shit.
It was a little different.
All right, so we're good. We're good on the Rushmores.
I think we're good on the Rushmore.
Tom
Let's
Brady,
call it a day.
Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, John Elway.
And we did the coaches already?
We're gonna do that another time.
Yeah, we'll do that another time.
All right.
One
What else?
Rushmore
You
at a
got-
time,
what-
baby.
you wanna talk
One
more?
Rushmore at a time.
No, I'm good.
What else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Go Jets. Jets.
Nah, stop
Yets,
it.
Yets,
Stop.
Yets.
As a Jet fan, I'm a realist.
I can't wait to see Daniel Jones.
Fire Adam Gates.
Here we go, baby.
You mean
Yo,
the guy who played Eli Manning in the Eli Manning story?
so wait a minute. Who has the
Dude,
worst?
it's so
That
good.
was my favorite
If they
meme
Did,
ever.
no, did they
Who
do
has
that?
the-
I never saw that. That's
Yeah, the
great.
meme was Daniel Jones looks like he played Eli Manning in the Eli Manning story.
Yo, who's the worst coach?
Fucking
Who has the worst
perfect.
coach? The Jets or the Giants? Like, who has the worst coach? Like, what's wrong?
Jets.
The Jets do now.
Jets.
Yeah.
Gase is
Crazy
the worst.
face? Crazy face? Crazy
Gase
face
Gase put out a tweet. It said, "I like Le'Veon Bell," and Le'Veon Bell wrote, "Yeah, I like him too."
Yeah, but his coach is.
Am I using this right? Am I using this Twitter right?
His coach is making
Like,
him
they
dive
don't
on
like
wet
each other.
footballs like they're in high school.
Oh, maybe they need to. Okay, maybe the Jets need to bring it back to the basics.
No, that's a Giants guy.
Well, maybe the Giants need to bring it back to the basics.
with the taped
too,
up,
bro.
with the taped up tennis balls on the
Yeah,
hands,
like,
so they
what-
can't intercept anything.
No, so they can't pass it in
Right?
the air.
Oh, pass it. You can't grab the jersey.
Exactly.
He was
Yeah,
taping.
your cornerbacks.
I love that.
They've been doing that for a
Were
while.
you-
They do it
were-
with boxing.
Were you,
Never seen that.
Were you number one in defensive penalties?
Yeah.
Were you?
The Giants?
Yeah.
Probably close.
Probably, bro. That was
Okay, so then
Either
that's-
that or the Raiders. Just because it's always the Raiders.
All
They're
right,
always
so
going to fall back.
then I'll give you that back.
Especially now that
They
they're
don't.
in
They don't
Vegas.
clothesline motherfuckers like they used to.
Tennis balls, really?
Oh, it's a tactic. They
I
usually.
No, I
get
actually
it.
like that. That's pretty.
It's a
that's
great
pretty
idea
great.
for a team.
Teams
that's
usually
good
use-
and that's working on details. The Giants' problems are not details.
They need to go back to the basics.
Teams usually
High
use
not
knees,
boxing.
basic.
gentlemen. High knees.
That's
They
not
usually use
basics.
boxing gloves.
Monkey rolls.
That was a common practice.
That's cool too.
Like these weird, like tiny boxing gloves, so you can't grab the jersey.
Jesse wants the Giants
Duct
to do
tape and tennis balls. I like it.
Jesse wants them to do monkey rolls all day. Let's go. Fuck it.
Scold the dog.
Yeah,
Let's
do it.
go.
It's madness.
Wall sits.
Daniel
What?
Jones.
Wall sits.
Wall sits. Those are never fun.
Who's the receivers on any of these teams?
On the Giants,
Receivers
the
got
Giants
Sterling
have a
Shepard.
stacked. The
Sterling
Giants
Shepard
are
still
great,
there?
man.
Yeah. He's actually. I think he said he was a captain.
Sterling Shepard, and he's their number 2.
Who's number one?
Well, I mean, I guess that's arguable right now.
Oh
but,
my God. Who's the Jets number one?
So you have Golden Tate in the Giants, Darius Slayton,
This is a mess.
He played great last year. I'm excited about this Slayton.
Keep talking. You went from
Jones
9-7 to 6-8.
Sterling Shepard, but he'll only play probably 6 games.
You just turned 8-8. Keep going.
And Evan Ingram's back. Let's go.
7-9.
I'm rooting for him.
So the Giants are going to go 7-9.
You know who
And
they
you got Saquon,
You know who the Jets
Okay,
got?
they're back to
the
8-8.
most talented player in the NFL.
You know who the Jets got for a receiver?
Who?
Gore. They got Gore.
Go.
Gore.
Frank Gore?
Frank Gore, baby.
Running back.
The
He's still
inconvenient
playing?
truth.
Let's go, baby.
He's still playing. Yeah, they're just going to line him up on receiver because they got nobody.
No one. They got Crowder? No.
Wait a minute. The Jets got Frank Gore.
I think so. I don't know.
They still
No, you got to pick
Let's
up
put it
Bell.
this way, on the
pick up
list-
Bell. That's going to be a lot of receptions.
Yeah, I got Bill.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of receptions.
Did you take him?
Sam Darnold drops back to pass. Sam Darnold chucks it away.
You're going to live on that check down all
Yeah,
year.
Sam Darnold-
Just check it out the bell. Just
Bro,
check it
he's
out
gonna
the
have
bell.
15
I'm
receptions
down
for
for check down.
65 yards.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
a TD.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing.
Le'Veon Bell's putting up fucking 20-something points each week for JP.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So I think now that football starts every Thursday, are we going to do like a little preview of the week? Of games?
Sure, if you want my input, you want to make some money? You want my input? I got you.
No, just a little mini preview. Not a fucking whole.
Jacksonville. I'm not sure what they're doing down there.
Nah, dude, I don't know about that. I heard
I did
a
this
few
morning.
experts saying that
Yeah.
that Minshew should have a pretty stellar year.
As long as he's still practicing, as long as he's
You know
still
why they're
stretching in his
saying
cup.
that? You know why they're saying that? They're going to be down by 50.
As long as
He'll be
he's-
throwing all
listen.
day long. As a matter of fact, that was a draft steal.
No,
That's a
there
draft
you go.
steal.
There you
He'll be
go.
down
You're
by
right.
50.
You're right.
He's going to do
If Minshew,
5 yards punt, 5 yards, 5. He'll probably throw 38 for 52 for 212 yards and a TD. So there you go.
if Minshew is still dick out in the locker room while stretching, I think he's going to be a contender.
I think so. That's
It's all about being
confidence.
dick
That's
out.
what he did?
Confidence,
I think
baby.
he just his jockstrap. But
And then he shit on
basically, yeah.
Yeah, you know that's gonna be everything. The quarterback is literally shitting on Odell. That's you're gonna hear that all year.
Oh man.
But that's such an easy retort.
Why won't
like if Josh Norman was just like, bro, I'm gonna shit on you all day.
Oh,
Yeah, that's because you're my bitch.
Yeah.
That's what
Maybe.
you know.
He's gonna get shit from all the cornerbacks. I just realized
Literally.
that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, that means you a hoe.
If
That
I
would've been my
was going
response.
against him, I'd have the little shit symbol, like the emoji, on my gloves.
yeah, I
oh,
agree.
for sure. Every week, someone's got to have those gloves.
Patent it. Let's make those gloves. Send them to the NFL.
Every week, everyone picks a game that they're excited about, and we'll talk about it.
I like it.
One game. So I don't want to do the whole fucking league.
I like it.
I can. I can do it all day.
I know you can.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe we'll do a football show one day
Yeah.
when I actually know what's going on again. All right. I think that'll do, pigs. That'll do.
Yes.
That'll do.
All right.
Follow us, like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Follow, like, subscribe.
Follow, like, subscribe. Actually, subscribe, like, follow.
Yeah, subscribe
like,
first.
follow.
Yeah, subscribe, like, follow. There we go.
Yes,
You
please.
see, I'm on it.
All right, it's offended and unfriended.
And ampersand.
Ampersand.
And have a good day. Feel free to find Jesse and fight with him on Facebook.
I'm not there anymore. I'm not there anymore.
What do you mean? He's still there. Find him.
Oh.